It's time for
Good evening, everyone. This is Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges, and we are live from Andrews, Texas tonight as the Fort Stockton Panthers will be taking on Lubbock Estacado in this by-district matchup. And the Panthers are the third-place team out of our district. Lubbock Estacado, the second-place team out of their district. And so we'll have a tough task ahead of us tonight, Darren, to take on the Estacado Matadors. They're a good team, and the Panthers have been playing well, too, here lately.
Well, it is, and it's a common – I think we played them last year in the first round of the playoffs, and we've played them a number of times. So this is a team that I don't think we've ever beaten.
Maybe not. I know that way back in your era, Estacado was an opponent back then in the playoffs.
They were. When we were number one in the state, they knocked us off, and it was a tough, close game. But anyway, this is a big game tonight for the Panthers.
All right, so the Fort Stockton Panthers getting set for this by-district game will be the home team tonight. We're wearing the royal blue jerseys trimmed in white. Estacado has a little bit darker blue, but they're wearing all white tonight, trimmed in that little bit darker blue than the Panthers. So it's going to be blue and white tonight.
Well, it is, and I don't know if you want to mention about the video.
Yeah,
we've had a lot of questions about that.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people questioning the video of our ball game tonight. We are only going to be able to give you video on our YouTube page of the scoreboard tonight because the UIL contracted with NFHS, or Sports in Action, and that means that we will not be able to carry the video of the game tonight on our YouTube page because NFHS owns all the rights of all playoff games in all sports in Texas, according to their contract with the UIL. So that's just the way things shape out tonight. We cannot carry our game video on our YouTube page tonight. Now, if you wanted video of the game, you would have to go to the NFHS website. You'd have to subscribe, and then you'd have to search for the Fort Stockton video. That's the only way that you can get it tonight.
Yeah, well, you can subscribe to the video and listen to the radio.
Well, that's true. We're going to have, again, our commentary here on our radio station, of course, KFST, AM and FM, KFSTradio.com, and we'll also have it on our YouTube page. All right, so, Darren, we're going to get ready for our game. We've got Coach's Corner up next, then we'll be back with our pregame show.
It's time for Coach's Corner with KFST's Ken Ripley and head coach and athletic director of the Fort Stockton Panthers, DJ Howell. Coach's Corner is brought to you by Spring Branch Water Well Service, Cassandra's Flowers and More, La Rosita Cafe, and by West Texas Portraits. Join us now for Coach's Corner.
Hello, everyone. This is Ken Ripley with KFST, and we're here with Coach DJ Howell, the athletic director and head coach of the Panthers, after an open week. And Coach Howell, first, let's talk about the game a couple of weeks ago against the Monahans Lobos, a big win by the Panthers of 36-20. First time we've beaten Monahans in a few years. So what's your overall reaction to that ball game?
I was super excited for the players and for the program, the community. I knew when I got hired in this job that beating Monahans was an important thing. And I knew we hadn't done that in a while, and we hadn't done it consistently for a while. And so going out, winning that football game felt good going into the week, but then you have to go execute. Thought the players did a really good job, and I'm just very complimentary of the players and the assistant coaches for getting us ready and having a good week and a good Friday night.
Okay, Coach. First of all, how did the Panther offense perform? I think we racked up about 450 yards of offense in that game. So a good job by our offense.
Yeah, I felt like we did a really good job of establishing a run, made some plays in the passing game, protected the football. Early on in the ball game, we were a little bit, kind of off on defense where we played well on first, second down and then give up a big play. And that's where the offense stepped up, and they kept answering the scores that Monahans had and gave the defense a chance to adjust. And so, a big deal of the credit of the game and winning the game goes back to the offense. They answered the bell in some tough situations early and allowed the defense to have a chance to settle in without getting behind by a lot.
Okay, and who would you say were some of the outstanding players on offense against Monahans?
I think the five guys up front did a really good job with Israel, Jose, Cy, Ethan, and Roy. They did a really good job of establishing the line of scrimmage. Nick ran the football well. And then, Jerry got us in good positions with checking in and out of some plays, and then he made some really good throws. And so I think it was a combined effort right there. But, I think it starts up front with those five guys.
Okay, Coach, and defensively, the Panthers were ahead. I think Monahan scored a late touchdown. Before that, we were ahead. They had only scored 14 points to that time, and so the defense also did a good job.
Yeah, I thought they played well for most of the first half except for two plays. We give up a screen play that where, we probably got tackled at the linebacker spot. But, it happens. I'm not complaining about it. But so we weren't able to get out on that. And the rest of the night we made an adjustment and took that screen game away. And then we gave up a long run where we were kind of up the field and, it's one of those things. One guy gets out of position a little bit, and they made a big play. But we adjusted to those two plays and took them away the rest of the night. And so very happy with the defensive performance.
Okay, Coach, and what about outstanding players on defense?
I thought Angel came back and played really well at outside linebacker. Thought we did a good job with Carr and some of those guys up front. Just getting some penetration and stopping the running game. And then Alon Leva, if you're able to stop the run, your inside linebacker and your captain's got to do a good job. And Alon did, as he's done all year, and so very proud of him. And then another guy that I just don't think people understand quite how important he is to us is Diego. Diego Ramos gets put on the number one receiver every week. And people, when they're watching our film, they understand that, and he has answered the bell every game. Other teams understand they're going to get one-on-one coverage with him a lot, and they put their best. We put him on their best receiver, and he answers the bell, and that's a lot to ask of somebody. So every once in a while, if he gets a pass interference or something like that, I don't get mad because I'm like, you lock him up that much man-to-man coverage, it's going to happen. And he's fearless, tough, big physical corner, and so very proud of him too.
All right, Coach. What would you say? Well, first of all, let's talk about special teams and the return game. How were those last week?
That was one thing that we kind of were a little hit and miss a little bit early on in the game. We missed an extra point, which is Diego, and we missed a field goal, which allowed them to kind of stay in the ball game a little bit. I go back to the week before against Greenwood. Everything got sped up on us a little bit, and he missed a field goal against Greenwood that was very unlike himself, and it's because he kind of got sped up. Well, when he goes out to his first kick against Monahans, I think he was still in that same kind of mindset. So, it was a little bit like that. But the big thing was right before half, we needed to get some points, not give them momentum. Yeah. It was going to create an 8-point lead for us where we could go in at halftime with emotion. Mm-hmm. But Diego had to come in and make that kick. And it was an easy kick physically for him, but mentally he had to slow himself back down and make a good kick. He did it, and so really proud of the mental toughness he showed in that.
Yeah, I thought that was a wise decision from a football standpoint in winning the ball game to do that. Not risking not scoring on 4th and 1. But, Coach, what are the main areas in which we need to improve coming up this week?
I think that you go back to, once again, we have got to do a really good job of eliminating big plays. We gave up a few against Monahans, and that's just one guy getting out of a spot, not being quite where he's supposed to be. It wasn't like egregiously bad things. It was if you're a little bit out of place and the other guy doesn't fit where he's supposed to, then, those big plays happen, or you don't quite, get your head in the right spot to make a tackle. And so, we got to clean those things up. And then the special team things, I think we started to fix some of that stuff and the defensive things, but got to make sure we clean those up this week.
All right, we'll take a break here on Coach's Corner. We'll be back in just a moment.
Branch Water Well Service offers complete sales and service of windmills, pumps, pressure tanks, water storage tanks, poly pipe, and offers generator rentals as well as testing and plugging. They're equipped with a well camera and will work at residential, commercial, agricultural, industrial, and oil field locations. They're located at 2905 West 9th Street. For great customer service, call day or night at 336-7867. That's 336-PUMP.
La Rosita Cafe invites everyone into their quaint restaurant for delicious Mexican food plates. Open Tuesday through Sunday from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. They have a fabulous and varied selection on the menu, and you'll love the taste of real Mexican food and the reasonable prices and great service. They also offer daily specials. La Rosita Cafe is located at 800 North Williams behind the former bus station. They also feature a drive-through window. Call for orders to go 336-0099. Cassandra's Flowers and More is located at 803 West Dickinson next to Citibank, and they offer beautiful floral arrangements for every special occasion in your life. They also feature personalized baskets made to order, green and blooming plants, balloons, and of course roses, and feature the best prices in town. Call Cassandra's Flowers and More to place your order 336-8809. Cassandra's Flowers and More, 803 West Dickinson. West Texas Portraits in Fort Stockton is your professional full-time photography studio supporting the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers. They can take all your personal sports photographs, family portraits, senior pictures, and other special photos you need. Call them today for an appointment and bring your children or entire family in for some great pictures that will be treasures for a lifetime. Go by 417 North Main or call West Texas Portraits at 432-336-9945.
All right, we're back with segment 2 of Coach's Corner with Coach DJ Howell. Coach, let's talk about this week's opponent now in by-district. It's the Lubbock Estacado Matadors, a familiar opponent for us in the playoffs. So what do you know about this ball club?
Talented group. They've got guys at skill positions that can hit the home run from anywhere. They're big up front, and, Coach Ward's doing a good job over there. And so, talented football team, but we're no stranger to that. We have played a very challenging schedule and seen some of the best teams in the state. So the tough part of that is, it's tough to get out of your district. The good part about it is once you get to a bye district in the playoffs, you're not surprised by what you're going to see.
Well, Coach, this is a team that's 7-3 on the year. They were the runner-up in the district right behind Liberty. So how have they performed this year in their district and the pre-district games?
They've done a really good job. They've won some games going away, and then they've also shown some toughness in some close games where they've found ways to win the ball game. And so I'm very complimentary of them. It's what I would expect going into the playoffs. But good football team that has had success throughout the season. And I think when you go back and look at the history of our teams playing each other in playoffs, they've had a lot of history of success against us. And so I embrace that kind of thing. That doesn't bother me. Could have said the same thing about Monahans and some of the other teams we played. Yeah. The whole idea, though, is that you go into these games understanding what it takes to win, and you embrace those things.
Well, Coach, what kind of offense and defense are we going to see from Estacado?
Offensively, they're going to get into some spread stuff with multiple receivers, but then they also can get into some single wing things where they're snapping the ball directly to their running backs, and they have some heavy formations. So you got to prepare for that, and then you've also got to be able to stop their RPO stuff. They'll spread you out, and then based on how you're aligned, they'll either run the football or pass it, and because they've got some of those run-pass option type plays.
And who would you say are the standout athletes for Estacado?
I think number 6 and number 1, it starts with them in their backfield. Those are very, very good players. And then they got a big lineman, number 77, that does a really good job. He's just a big, big guy. And those guys, you've got to account for them. And then number 9 at linebacker, fabulous player with a lot of speed. And so I think when you're first watching the film, those are guys that stick out.
All right, Coach, if you were comparing talent level, strength, and size of Estacado to the Panthers, how would that comparison go?
They're probably, if we get in a 4x1 track race with them, they're probably a little bit faster than us, and they've got some size advantages throughout. But I do think this, if you're going position by position, there are some things, and, I don't want to get too detailed into that, but there's positions where we have advantages too. And so I think it's very competitive in the way that skill-wise, I think we have some really good skill development and some things that we do. And then they also are very talented as well, though.
Okay, I don't know how many years Coach Ward has been there, but Eric Ward as the coach seems to be doing a good job there.
Yeah, I think it's year 2 for him. It may be year 3, but I think it's year 2, and he is. You can tell that they are, they get lined up. They do some things that are fundamentally sound, and and every week it appears that they understand what their players do well, and they do a good job of putting them in those positions.
All right, we'll take a break here on Coach's Corner. We'll be back in just a moment.
Cassandra's Flowers and More is located at 803 West Dickinson next to Citibank, and they offer beautiful floral arrangements for every special occasion in your life. They also feature personalized baskets made to order, green and blooming plants, balloons, and of course roses, and feature the best prices in town. Call Cassandra's Flowers and More to place your order, 336-8809. Cassandra's Flowers and More, 803 West Dickinson. West Texas Portraits in Fort Stockton is your professional full-time photography studio supporting the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers. They can take all your personal sports photographs, family portraits, senior pictures, and other special photos you need. Call them today for an appointment and bring your children or Tuesday through Sunday from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. They have a fabulous and varied selection on the menu, and you'll love the taste of real Mexican food and the reasonable prices and great service. They also offer daily specials. La Rosita Cafe is located at 800 North Williams behind the former bus station. They also feature a drive-through window. Call for orders to go 336-0099.
Spring Branch Water Well Service offers complete sales and service of windmills, pumps, pressure tanks, water storage tanks, poly pipe, and offers generator rentals as well as testing and plugging. They're equipped with a well camera and will work at residential, commercial, agricultural, industrial, and oil field locations. They're located at 2905 West 9th Street. For great customer service, call day or night at 336-7867. That's 336-PUMP.
All right, we're back with the final segment of Coach's Corner with Panther head coach DJ Howell. Coach, what are the keys for the Panthers to get a by-district win tonight over Estacado?
I think component of tonight's game, and that is, we have to eliminate some of the big plays that they have. We have to have 11 guys run into the football to tackle. We can't rely on one-on-one tackles. And so if we do that, make them keep snapping the football, I think we have a chance to make some plays and maybe create some turnovers. On the flip side of it, we've got to find a run game to where we're not just having to throw the ball into these, 7, 8 player coverages. And so we got to find a run game which will open up some big plays in the passing game. And I do think there are some looks that we believe we're going to get in the box that will open up some things in the running game tonight. And then if they adjusted that, I think we can take some shots over the top and make some big plays of our own.
All right, very good. Coach, our offensive game plan against Estacado, you mentioned establishing a running game and not relying as much or too much on the passing game, but also I'm sure you're looking for balance.
Yeah, I think based on how they line up and what we've seen on film is that they're going to try to take certain things away from you early. And so if they do that, from what we've seen on film, I think we'll have to run the ball a little bit early and establish that. They could come out and give us a different look tonight to where we got to throw the football. So we very much believe in being able to do both. And if we get out into a football game and they line up a little differently than what we've seen, We're going to take advantage of the things we can in the passing game. But I think what you'll see early is probably a little bit lighter of a box than usual for most teams. We need to be able to run the football at that. Then if you're playing chess on this deal, the next thing is they'll make an adjustment to that, and I think we have an answer if they bring more people in the box.
Well, Coach, it's a unique situation because both of these teams have been open prior to this game. That may have allowed some of our players to heal a little bit, get rid of some of the bumps and bruises. But Estacado's had the same thing. So I don't know if it equals out or what, but it is nice to I guess my question is, how healthy are we coming into this ball game?
We're really pretty healthy, and we've tried to do a really good job of keeping our guys fresh. We did have Jose yesterday kind of get his ankle rolled up a little bit, just kind of an inadvertent kind of thing. And so we're going to see he'll be a game time decision tonight. But I think they'll say the same thing. We're ready to play a football game. It's been 2 weeks. What's interesting is football seasons have a rhythm to them. And you empty your bucket on a Friday night, and then your body kind of works yourself back up. By Friday night, you're ready to play. You're agitated and excited and all those things, and you're ready to play. Well, you get to last Friday, and there's no game. And I'm telling you, my body and the player's body is like, what's going on? And then you get to Tuesday of this week, and they're like, you're agitated. You're kind of just grumpy about things. And you're like, why? Nothing's really happening. And then you realize it's your body's natural cycle. And so getting to game night and getting to play a game, I think everybody, including their side, will be ready for that.
All right, Coach, it's a neutral site in Andrews for this game, the Mustang Bowl. You think that will have any effect?
We went over there and played a scrimmage this year, played them there last year. And so we're familiar with the stadium. They have a nice facility. And so neutral site we agreed upon, and I think everybody was happy to be able to do that. It's kind of the halfway point. And so, I know our fans will travel well. I want to encourage them to come out, and so I'm very excited about this game. I feel very optimistic about what our chances are. I understand we're playing a really good football team, and I have a ton of respect for them. But, we need to have the attitude that we're coming over there to win a by-district championship. And, we're going to reach out and come get some tonight. And we need to have an attitude just like that.
Coach, what's your reading on the pulse of the Panther team right now? Are they excited? Are they, really wanting to win this game? How important is it to them? That kind of thing. How do you read the team right now?
I think we're agitated, and in a good way, not in a bad way, not like, mad at each other, but we're ready to play. And, and that's a good thing. We've had this stuff bottled up for 2 weeks. But I think we're very optimistic. We have a healthy appreciation for what Estacado does. However, this is a mindset that I want to drill into our players' head and make it a cornerstone of what we do as a program. And then that is, we're not afraid of anybody. We respect everybody, fear nobody. Going into this ball game tonight, I understand kind of what the past has been with us. But at the same time, we're good enough to win this football game, and the players believe that. And so we're going to go out there tonight and spill our bucket. And I believe if we do that and we play to the way we're capable of, we're going to like the result.
Okay, Coach, I know you want to invite the Panther fans to travel to Andrews tonight, support our Panther football team. In by district, we've had a really good following every time that we go out there. So I expect the Panther fans will do the same tonight.
Yes. I want to invite them all there. It means a lot to us. In all reality, when you're in the playoffs, this train that's been going for a long time now can end at any time. And everybody you're playing are good football teams, especially in this region. This is a very difficult region. I was talking to a buddy of mine who coaches at Sinton. I go, well, you guys don't play anybody until the third round. And he kind of laughed about it. I said, you come over into Region 1, it's a battle in your district, and it's a battle every game in the playoffs. And so we need the fan support to come out here tonight. I've been out in town, and everybody is I have had multiple people over the last 2 weeks, talking about, are we, we ready to play this game, and, getting an update on it. And I love that. I think that is what's important, is that this community is behind the team and that we represent it the right way, and that they get a lot of pride in how we play.
Well, Coach, congratulations on the district play, the season. It's been a great season. Getting third place in the district is certainly a step up for us from the year past, and done a good job with it, and we're looking forward to a very competitive game tonight against Estacado.
I was listening to the radio the other night, and thank you for all that, but I was listening to the radio yesterday night, and you were talking about the game, and you were talking about it for the bi-district championship and stuff, and I grew up in Odessa, and we played in a bunch of big games, and I remember watching my cousin, and they would play in these big playoff games, and then I've coached in them. But it was something else driving around in town, listening to the radio, and I hear you building the game up, and I'm like, that is a bi-district championship. This is a big game. And I'm like, you're not waiting for life to happen to you. It's happening to you right now. And these guys, they're in a bi-district championship. When we take care of business, we're going to put that trophy, and it's going to ride shotgun all the way back, and we're going to put it in the trophy case. And that's not to take anything away from Estacado. I have a healthy deal of respect for them. But I think if you're a winner and you have a mindset of, we're going to go find a way to get it done.
Well, Coach, hope to see you next week, and good luck tonight against Estacado.
Thank you, and thank you for all that you do.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for Coach's Corner. I'm Ken Ripley for KFST.
You have been listening to Coach's Corner with KFST's Ken Ripley and head coach and athletic director of the Fort Stockton Panthers, DJ Howell. Coach's Corner is brought to you this season by Spring Branch Water Well Service, Cassandra's Flowers and More, La Rosita Cafe, and by West Texas Portraits. Thank you for joining us for Coach's Corner. It's time for the pregame show, brought to you by Bayou Terraza, Miller Meat Company, Edward Jones Investments, and by Fort Stockton Body Shop. Let's join Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges now for the pregame show.
And
One of Fort Stockton's great.
Good evening, everyone. This is Ken Ripley, Darren Hodges, and we apologize. We're having some audio issues at KFST tonight, but we do have a complete broadcast, and everything is looking good on YouTube tonight. So if you want to tune to YouTube, we would appreciate that. It's our KFST YouTube page on youtube.com, and just search for KFST, and you can get probably a better broadcast on there tonight, because Darren, we did a Windows update on our regular broadcast computer, and it has messed everything up. We'll get that straightened out, and I apologize that we didn't do that before tonight. But it's been a terrible night so far for us, but we're going to get things back on track, we hope.
I thought I told you we should use 2 cans with a long string.
Yes, that's right. Well, the Fort Stockton Panthers, Darren, are going to take on the Lubbock Estacado Matadors in bi-district play tonight. The Panthers are 6-4 on the year. Had a good year, 2-2 in district play. Last year we were 4th place in the district. This year we have moved up to 3rd place and taken on the 2nd place team out of the Northern District. The problem probably is that Lubbock Cooper Liberty got a lot better, and Estacado probably stayed about the same from the previous year. And so Liberty won the district, and they've already beaten Monahans this afternoon here in Andrews in a shutout, I believe. And then so tonight we get Estacado here, another good team out of this district.
They are solid, yes. Liberty won 49-0 over Monahans. In a game I think that wasn't that close. I think they were up 35-0 at the half. But you know what? This is a good Estacado team. We see they've got some big kids out there and a lot of speed. So it's going to be a challenge, and that district's getting stronger. They really, all 4 of their playoff teams are pretty solid.
Yeah, I watched Seminole. I called that game last night, Seminole and Levelland, and Levelland has got a good team. They really do. It's a very solid team. They hung with Seminole until halftime. It was a 12-point lead by Seminole at the half, 42-30, but then Seminole turned on the Jets, I guess, in the second half. They outscored Levelland by about 5 touchdowns to 1 in that second half, and so they wound up winning that game. Seminole did 77-38, I believe. So that was the final last night up there.
It was, and I was listening. Levelland was up, and Seminole got a turnover and scored 2 touchdowns to take the lead by 12. But, I think Levelland was up by a couple of points. But, Fort Stockton has played well. I can't remember the last time we beat Snyder soundly, and we beat Monahans by 16, and those games are usually pretty close.
All right, so we'll take a break on the pregame show, and we'll be back. We've got the Fort Stockton starters. We'll be back right after this.
One of Fort Stockton's greatest treasures is Bella Terraza in downtown Fort Stockton, the fabulous gift and home decor store. Amy makes frequent trips to the market and brings back many special, unique items that would be a great addition to any home. For glassware, pottery, Western items, unique home furnishing, kitchen items, pictures, mirrors, and much more. Shop Bella Terraza today with great prices to please West Texas. Come and visit Bella Terraza today in downtown Fort Stockton at 116 North Main.
Miller Meat Company of Fort Stockton simply has the best quality meats in West Texas, and they have many great products made with their premier meats they want you to know about. How about a tomahawk steak, 2 to 3 inches thick and delicious, shrimp kebabs, jalapeno poppers, fajita pinwheels, seasoned beef fajita mix, and sirloin steaks, plus 7-bone thin-cut steaks, cross-cut ribs, Cajun stuffed chicken, and much more, including their own in-house hamburger patties. Call in your order for pickup, 432-336-2979.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started towards your retirement goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Sal Salazar can help. For all your investment needs, call 336-3611. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
When you need expert auto body repair, see the guys who've been in the business for many years at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck. They offer auto body repair from minor fender benders to repairing your vehicle after a more serious accident. They'll repair and paint like new along with replacement parts needed, and your vehicle will be working like new again. They also offer auto glass repair and replacement and window tinting. Free estimates also available. That's Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck.
Miller Meat Company of Fort Stockton simply has the best quality meats in West Texas, and they have many great products made with their premier meats they want you to know about. How about a tomahawk steak, 2 to 3 inches thick and delicious, shrimp kebabs, jalapeno poppers, fajita pinwheels, seasoned beef fajita mix, and sirloin steaks, plus 7-bone thin-cut steaks, cross-cut ribs, Cajun stuffed chicken, and much more, including their own in-house hamburger patties. Call in your order for pickup, 432-336-2979.
All right, we're back here at KFST, AM and FM, also our YouTube page. We've got the complete broadcast on YouTube tonight with the video of the scoreboard only because the UIL and NFHS owns the rights to our all playoff games in Texas, as a matter of fact. So, Darren, let's take a look at the starters offensively for our Fort Stockton Panthers.
All right. You want to use this page
That's
here?
fine.
All right. Starting tonight for Fort Stockton at quarterback, number 11, Jerry Diaz, and his backup will be Nick Almendares. Our running back, number 0, Nick Almendares, who I understand is about 130 yards away from having a 1,000-yard season. So, great job, Nick. His backup is number 30, Jeremiah Gonzalez. Left tackle, number 55, Roy Marcus. Backup, number 68, Andrew Black. Left guard, number 58, Ethan Hernandez. And backed up by number 65, Christian Gonzalez. The center tonight is number 75, Sai Rojas. Backed up by number 52, Yamil Carvajal. Our right guard, number 56, Jose Paisa. He's backed up by number 65, Christian Gonzalez. Our right tackle, number 60, Israel Tercero. Our ex-receiver, number 10, Angel Lujan, backed up by number 84, Daniel Lopez. Z-receiver, number 23, Nicky Sotelo, backed up by number 80, Jackson Garcia. Our H-receiver, number 6, Cedric Lopez, backed up by number 1, Bubba Patino. And our Y receiver, number 21, Jaden Sotelo, and he's backed up by number 28, Mason May.
All right, so that's part of the Fort Stockton starters tonight. We'll take another break on our pregame show. Darren will be back with our defensive starters in just a moment.
Miller Meat Company of Fort Stockton simply has the best quality meats in West Texas, and they have many great products made with their premier meats they want you to know about. How about a tomahawk steak, 2 to 3 inches thick and delicious, shrimp kebabs, jalapeno poppers, fajita pinwheels, seasoned beef fajita mix, and sirloin steaks, plus 7-bone thin-cut steaks, cross-cut ribs, Cajun stuffed chicken, and much more, including their own in-house hamburger patties. Call in your order for pickup, 432-336-2979.
When you need expert auto body repair, see the guys who've been in the business for many years at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck. They offer auto body repair from minor fender benders to repairing your vehicle after a more serious accident. They repair and paint like new along with replacement parts needed, and your vehicle will be working like new again. They also offer auto glass repair and replacement and window tinting. Free estimates also available at Fort Stockton Body Shop, 102 West Hornbeck.
If your saving for retirement approach involves the phrase, I'll get around to it someday, Edward Jones can help. When it comes to meeting your goals, time can be on your side, and there's no better time than now to get started towards your retirement goals. Edward Jones financial advisor Sal Salazar can help. For all your investment needs, call 336-3611. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
One of Fort Stockton's greatest treasures is Bella Terraza in downtown Fort Stockton, the fabulous gift and home decor store. Amy makes frequent trips to the market and brings back many special unique items that would be a great addition to any home. For glassware, pottery, western items, unique home furnishing, kitchen items, pictures, mirrors, and much more. Shop Bella Terraza today with great prices to please West Texas. Come and visit Bella Terraza today in downtown Fort Stockton at 116 North Main.
All right, Darren, we're back with more of our pregame show, and now you've got our defensive starters, I believe, is it, for the Panthers?
I've got our defensive starters and their backups. At defensive end, number 62, Jonathan Bueno. He will be backed up by number 60, Israel Tercero. Our nose tackle, number 64, Daniel Perez, backed up by number 73, Ramon Fernandez. Defensive end, number 63, Cariel Rojero, backed up by number 55, Roy Marcus. Outside linebacker, number 4, Fabian Ramirez, and he's going to be backed up by number 7, Landon Rivas. Our Sam linebacker, number 8, Alon Leyva, backed up by number 3, Kristen Bislar. Will linebacker, number 22, Adrian Ramirez, backed up by Ray Navarrete. Our outside linebacker, number 15, Angel Mendoza, backed up by number 7, Landon Rivas. Free safety, number 2, Jordan Oliva. He's backed up by number 21, Jaden Sotelo. Strong safety, number 23, Nicky Sotelo. Backed up by number 12, Alonzo Urias. Cornerback, number 9, Diego Ramos. Backed up by number 5, Cedric Lopez. And our cornerback, number 21, Jaden Sotelo. Backed up by number 84, Daniel Lopez. Our kicker and punter will be Diego Ramos tonight. He's going to be doing our kicking and extra points and our punting.
And we've got a couple of really good return men, and that will be Jaden Sotelo and Nicky Sotelo. And so good luck to the Panthers tonight. We'll have the game live for you here on KFST, AM and FM, KFSTradio.com, and on our YouTube page. That's the best place tonight to turn to because we've got some audio difficulties, technical issues with the radio station tonight due to a Windows update that caught me by surprise. All right, so that is our problem. We'll get that straightened out, but I apologize for the error tonight. But we do have a good, complete broadcast on the YouTube page. Go to youtube.com, search for KFST. We've got the video of the scoreboard, and we're going to have a good game tonight. Hopefully the Panthers can knock off Estacado tonight in an upset.
Yeah, and if you're a Windows expert, the key's under the mat. Go out to the radio station and fix it.
All right, you'd have to come to our booth here in Andrews. Okay, that'll do it for our pregame show. Thanks for listening. We'll have Panther football coming up next, our kickoff coming up shortly from Andrews, Texas, the Panthers against Estacado in the by-district playoffs.
You have been listening to the pregame show with Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges. The pregame show has been brought to you by Bella Terraza, Miller Meat Company, Edward Jones Investments, and by Fort Stockton Body Shop. Stay tuned for Fort Stockton Panther Kickoff.
It's time now for Fort Stockton High School Panther football on KFST, AM and FM, KFSTradio.com, and KFST's YouTube page. Panther football is being brought to you by Amistad Motors, Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, Bucks Lube Center, Pecos County State Bank, Casilla Ledesma State Farm, the Steakhouse Restaurant, the First National Bank, Sawyer Insurance Agency, Hernandez Sanitation, Citibank, K-Bob Steakhouse, Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, Heritage Funeral Home, M&J Fast Lube, Julie's Easy Press, M&J Trucking, Weiss Tire, Joe's Place in Cantina, United Country Real Estate, and by Jones Leasing. Panther football also brought to you by Designer Carpets and Interiors, Permian Basin Abstract, the Guadalajara Mexican Grill, Cactus Health, Tacos OJ, Porky's Ice House, The Water Factory, Salceda Family Medicine and Urgent Care, CTG Express, Contessa Ready Mix, Fort Stockton Insurance Agency, Fort Stockton ISD, Ram Country of Fort Stockton, Triple G Oilfield Supply, West Texas Eye Care, Pepitos Cafe, West Texas Cinema, RA Radiance Med Spa, Airlawn Furniture Appliance, and by BBT. Now stay tuned for Panther football.
Good evening, everyone. Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges here for the kickoff of tonight's game as the Fort Stockton Panthers take on Lubbock Estacado. Both teams are about to enter the field, and we're about to find out shortly, Darren, about the matchup between these two teams and how strong Estacado is versus the Panthers.
Well, it is, and we played them last year, and again, they were pretty tough. We've played tougher teams this year. Well, I believe Liberty beat them by about 4 touchdowns, so Liberty's probably the strongest team we've played. No, Greenwood beat Liberty by a couple of scores.
That is true.
You know, Greenwood, Seminole, Liberty are all pretty tough teams this year.
All right, and we're going to have the captains meeting in the field for the coin toss momentarily. So we'll take a break, and we'll be back with the results of the coin toss and the kickoff of tonight's game.
Hey Panther fans, this is Rudy Franco with Amistad Motors, inviting you to come out and take a look at our pre-owned inventory. We have a good selection of cars, trucks, and SUVs. We have several certified pre-owned units that come with an extended warranty. So if you are in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, drive on over to 2110 West Dickinson or give us a call at 336-9000. Amistad Motors, friends serving friends. Go Blue!
The trusted name in Fort Stockton and the surrounding area for construction projects of all kinds is Jones Leasing Incorporated, owned and operated by Ross Jones since 1994 for construction jobs, including remodeling projects and roofing, including hail damage, maintenance and repair, painting, and much more. It's Jones Leasing, a fully insured local company with offices at the Hodges Building in Fort Stockton across from City Hall. Call Ross Jones today for a free estimate at 432-290-7171.
All right, we're back for the coin toss here this evening, and our captains are out on the field. Alon Leyva is out there, along with Diego Ramos, and also I believe we have Nick Almendares and number 11, Jerry Diaz. Those are some key players for the Panthers out there as captains tonight for our squad.
I believe all 4 are seniors and have played really well leading this team.
All right, so it looks like Estacado has won the toss, and they will be receiving, and they will be defending the north goal, Fort Stockton defending the south goal. Kickoff of tonight's game between Estacado and Fort Stockton in bi-district play. In just a moment, we'll be back.
Do you know where you can get a great lunch special for a very affordable price? At Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, of course. Their lunch special is served Monday through Friday during lunchtime. Monday is the grilled chicken salad. Tuesday is the taco plate. Wednesday it's Bienvenidos nachos. Thursday it's the hamburger basket. And Friday it's the enchilada plate. You can come by Monday through Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. for a delicious Mexican-style breakfast. Bienvenidos open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 405 West Dickinson.
This is Dakota Livesay for the Pecos County State Bank. As with anything valuable, trust is earned. The Pecos County State Bank has been earning trust in West Texas for over 85 years. Trust is a cornerstone of our business. You trust us with your money, your personal business, and your life. We live up to that trust every day. At the Pecos County State Bank, you will find reliability, honesty, and safety. You will find trust. The Pecos County State Bank, all the bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
All right, Darren, we're back for the kickoff of tonight's game, and we've got several things we need to talk about. One of those is that we normally carry video on our YouTube page for Fort Stockton Panther football games and other sports, but that is because it was regular season. So
it's verboten.
Yes, it's verboten. It is forbidden for us to carry the video tonight of the Fort Stockton Panthers because we're in the playoffs. So we've just got a picture of the scoreboard on our YouTube page tonight, and of course our audio from our radio broadcast. So that's the way we're going to handle it tonight. And the only way you can get video, I believe, is I'm not sure if the Tumbleweed is carrying the video broadcast tonight or not, but they are here. Now, I don't know if they're going to just have a picture of the scoreboard and other things, or if they're actually carrying the game. But I do know that NFHS is here carrying the video, so if you want video, you'd have to subscribe to NFHS. And that's the way that it has to be tonight. So the national anthem being played, we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Stuck in a state of falling behind? Struggling to keep up with your kids, finances, insurance? Then let State Farm Automobile Insurance Company help you simplify and get to a better state. Because I, Kessie Ledesma, your local State Farm agent, can handle your auto, home, and life insurance, so you'll have more time for everything else. Call me today at 432-336-8575 and get to a better state with State Farm.
The Steakhouse Restaurant announces the addition of a very affordable express lunch, served Monday through Friday from 11 to 2, priced at only $7.99. It's fast and affordable with perfect portions. The lunch choices include 2 cheese enchiladas with rice and beans, 2 beef tacos with rice and beans, 2 chicken flautas with rice and beans, half a quesadilla, beef or chicken with rice and beans, a chicken breast with long green chili, rice and cucumber salad, or a half chicken fried steak with mashed potatoes and cucumber salad. Come by, sample the express lunch at the Steakhouse, 1100 West Dickinson.
All right, we're back, and the kickoff coming up shortly. Lubbock Estacado has elected to receive the ball on their first possession, Darren.
They have. Usually that's deferred, but they won the toss, and they want the ball.
Yeah, they want the ball, and we'll be kicking off to them from south to north. And Estacado will receive the ball on the north end of the field. We're at Andrews at the Mustang Bowl. They had a game earlier today, and I believe it was Lubbock Cooper Liberty defeating Monahans at the 2 o'clock game. About, 49-0 was the final?
It was.
So Monahans is out of the playoffs, and Lubbock Cooper Liberty, a very strong team, the district champ out of the Northern District, and they won very handily over the Monahans Lobos. Now, the Seminole Indians won last night over Levelland. Final score in that one was 77-38, I believe. And that was, 42-30 at halftime, a fairly close game. And here's the kickoff by Fort Stockton's Diego Ramos. That'll go over the head, and it'll be muffed into the end zone. And will they have to bring it out?
They will.
They will. And I tell you what, Fort Stockton has tackled the return man in the end zone, and they're going to rule it as a touchback.
No.
That's what they say.
Wow. He kicked it into the end zone.
He did.
I would question that because the ball didn't go on. He muffed it, and he pushed it into the end zone.
That's right, and so he should have had to return the ball, and Fort Stockton tackled him in the end zone, and it could have been a safety.
Yeah, and he tried to run it out.
And, and that's not the way they're going to rule it. Now, Coach Howell is talking to one of the referees, but I don't think he's getting anywhere with his argument.
Wow.
Estacado is going to come out on offense, 1st and 10. They've made the decision. Estacado is coming out on offense at the 25-yard line. All right, so Estacado has a receiver, 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right, and a slot man on the left side. They put a receiver in motion back to the right side. The quarterback in the shotgun for the Matadors. They put a receiver in motion, and here's a great hit on the running back by the Panthers for virtually no gain. They may have gained 1 yard on that play. I believe it was James Bozeman, a senior, on that running play, and that's a 1 yard gain for the Matadors, and it'll bring up 2nd and 9. Good hit by the Panther defense.
Number 20 on that tackle, really a good job.
And number 20 for the Panthers, Adrian Ramirez. It is 2nd down and 9. 2 receivers on each side for the Matadors. And Estacado in the shotgun formation. They'll hand the ball off to that running back who is sweeping to the left, and he has got a lot of speed, but a good tackle by the Panthers before the first down is made, and that'll be a gain of about maybe 5 yards on that carry, up to about the 34-yard line or so. Well, they'll mark it at the 32. So it'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Matadors.
I believe that was Leyva on the tackle, our linebacker. He was able to get outside and knock him out of bounds, and a big 3rd down.
6-yard pickup there by Estacado. Now it's 3rd and 3 for the Matadors. Here's the snap and the handoff, and this is a different running back. This is excellent coverage that time. Fort Stockton knocks the running back out of bounds. That's Diego Ramos on that tackle for a loss of about 6 yards. So they gained 6, they lost 6 just then on that sweep around the right side. That was great coverage by Diego.
I don't think the tumbleweed is showing this game, but my wife does say it sounds like you're broadcasting from a bunker.
Yeah. Well,
kind of are. We're kind of hunkered down in here.
Well, we are. We're having to broadcast from our computer microphone on the radio. However, the good mics are broadcasting onto our YouTube page tonight. So tune in to YouTube. That's a better broadcast tonight, as we're having trouble with our radio broadcast tonight. All right, there's a punt that will roll dead, and it will roll dead around the 36-yard line. And so that'll be about a 37-yard punt by Estacado. The Panthers hold Estacado on that first possession, Darren. And, wow, that was, a 1-yard gain, a 6-yard gain, and then a 6-yard loss by Estacado on their first offensive possession. And now the Panthers have it with good field position at the 40-yard line.
Well, so far, you said they were a running team, and Estacado ran on every play. They tried to get outside on 2 of those plays, one to the left, one to the right, but what great defense by the Panthers.
All right, it's 1st down and 10 for the Fort Stockton Panthers with 2 receivers on the left, 3 receivers on the right, nobody in the backfield except our quarterback in the shotgun. That's Jerry Diaz. All right, Jerry takes the snap. He will run up the middle himself, and that'll be about 2 yards gained on the play up to the 42-yard line, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 8 for Fort Stockton.
Yeah, I tried to spread Estacado out that time, and then Jerry took it up the middle. Made a couple of yards. I mean, positive yardage on 1st down, but, we're going to need to – I think we need to score some points tonight. I think we need to score at least 30.
It is 2nd down and 8, ball at the 42-yard line. We've got 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Here's the handoff to Nick Almendares. He's got a 1st down and more down to the Estacado 42-yard line. And that's going to be a great run there. 16 yards for Nick Almendares and a Panther 1st down. That's brought to you by Cactus Health, and it's an outstanding play brought to you by M&J Fast Loop. Nick Almendares, by the way, is 134 yards away from a 1,000-yard rushing season.
Now less than 120.
Yes. So now we have 1st and 10 at the Estacado 41. 2 receivers on each side. Here's Almendares getting the carry, and that's a nice gain on 1st down, about 4 yards there for Nick, and it'll set up a 2nd and 6.
We have most of our starting offensive line for the first time in quite a while out there, and they're really doing a nice job up front.
2nd down and 6 now for the Panthers at the Estacado 36-yard line. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. And here's the handoff, and that goes to Nick, and he cuts it back inside for just about a 2-yard gain. And so this is going to set up a 3rd and about 4 for the Panthers. And Darren, even if we possibly don't get it on 3rd down, we probably go for it on 4th.
Yeah, we're in no man's land. We can't kick a 52-yard field goal, and we're not going to punt it from inside the 35. So this is a big play, though, for our offense.
All right, 3rd down and 4. And the ball at the 35-yard line of Estacado. Here's the handoff again to Almendares, and Nick will be stood up after about a 2-yard pickup, and he's brought down a couple of yards short of the first down.
Well, we're going to have our first big fourth down play. It is going to be about 4th and 2.
Yeah.
And maybe a short 2. It's not bad. It's manageable, so we'll see what we dial up.
All right, 4th down, 2 yards to go for the Panthers at the 32-yard line. We've got 2 receivers on the left and 2 on the right. Nick Almendares in the backfield for the Panthers. Like we told you, he's run every play so far, except for, I believe, a couple of yard carry by our quarterback, Jerry Diaz. Now, he's under pressure, and there's the pass to Almendares, and he's got it. And that's a first down for Fort Stockton, a 4-yard pickup for another first down by the Panthers. And that is brought to you by Cactus Health, an outstanding play brought to you by M&J Fast Lube.
Nice job by Jerry to really fight off the pass rush. And Nick was able to get outside as a safety valve, and really a nice job picking that up. And just, as the pass was short out into the flat, and Nick did a good job of finding the first down marker.
Okay, it's now 1st and 10, Panthers inside the 30 at the 29-yard line of Estacado. Almendares is lined up to the right of quarterback Jerry Diaz. 3 receivers split out wide, fake handoff, and now Jerry will take it up the middle and then cut back toward the middle, take it to the right, then back to the middle, and it's about a 4-yard pickup for Jerry, and it's going to be 2nd and 6 coming up.
Yep, really a good job by Jerry. They've been keying on Nick on the last couple of plays, and he pulled it and was able to get around the side. If we can make 5 downs on 5 yards on each first down, I'll take it.
It's now 2nd down and 5 for the Panthers at the Estacado 24-yard line. 2 receivers on each side, and it's Diaz in the shotgun. Now he's back to throw, and good protection, but he will now take it up the middle and for only about a yard, and that's going to set up a 3rd and about 4 yards to go for the Panthers.
Yeah, it's a short 4, but yes.
Yeah. Couple of yards gained by Jerry.
Yeah, he pulled it down and made something out of nothing. Again, we're in 4-down territory, I'm almost positive, unless we lose a lot of yardage. But, let's make it right here. I don't like 4th down.
All right, it's 3rd down and 4 for the Panthers now. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Almendares, the running back. And here's the fake handoff, and Jerry will take it around the left side. He is very close to first down yardage. I believe he's got it, and he's going to be marked in the red zone at about the 19-yard line. Darren, that should be good enough for the first down. It is.
Really did a nice job. He was hit about at the line to gain, and he just kept pushing 2 guys backwards and leaned forward for the first down.
That's a Cactus Health Center first down, and we've got 1st and 10 for the Panthers at the 19-yard line of Estacado. And we are scoreless in the first quarter with 5:50 to go, and that is your BBT scoreboard right now with, again, a scoreless game. All right, 1st and 10 Panthers at the 19-yard line. 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Almendares switches to Jerry's right. Here's the handoff to Nick, and he tries the middle and is cut off, and then he tries outside, then cuts it back into the line a little bit. That's about a 2-yard gain for Nick Almendares.
Really a nice job that time. Estacado had that bottled up, and Nick went to the right, went to the left, and really did a nice job just to pick up a couple of yards.
2nd down and 8 now at the 17-yard line of Estacado. So the Panthers driving into the red zone now with 5:08 to go in this first quarter, and this drive has taken a lot of time. Shotgun for Jerry, 2 receivers on each side. Almendares, the running back. Jerry back to throw. And he tries to throw and thinks better of it. And now there's a pass
Touchdown.
into the end zone, and that is caught, I believe, by the Panthers. And that is, I believe, Fabian.
6.
Is it 6 or 4?
Number 6.
That's Cedric Lopez on the pass reception from about, 18 out?
It was a nice job. It was an 18-yard touchdown pass. Jerry looked around. There was actually decent coverage, but he was able to get it between 2 defenders for the touchdown, and really a nice catch by Cedric.
All right, Cedric Lopez catches an 18-yard touchdown pass. Here's Fabian Ramirez with the kick, or Diego Ramos. Yeah, and it is good. And so the Panthers are leading Estacado here in the first quarter by a score of 7-0. We'll be back with more Panther football after these words.
The First National Bank of Fort Stockton offers rock-solid banking services with a friendly staff and offers extended lobby hours. They're a full-service bank, and it's locally owned and operated, and they appreciate your business. First National Bank of Fort Stockton also operates Brave National Bank in Iran. The First National Bank is proud to support the Fort Stockton Panther and Prowler athletic teams in all their competition and say, go Panthers and Prowlers. The friendly First National Bank of Fort Stockton, 1000 West Dickinson, member FDIC. Sawyer Insurance Agency has 4 locations in West Texas to serve you, including 706 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton and 1502 South Stockton Avenue in Monahans, with offices in Midland and Lubbock. They offer the most complete line of commercial and personal insurance, from workers' comp, general liability, business and personal auto, commercial property, equipment, oil and gas, farm and ranch, and home insurance. Contact Clyde, Nathan, or Travis Sawyer today by calling 336-7543 or 943-9600.
All right, here's the kickoff by the Panthers after the touchdown score. That kick bounces in the end zone. This will be a touchback. You know, last time Estacado received a kick, it looked to us like they touched the ball and kicked it into the end zone and tried to run it back, and they were caught in the end zone. We thought it might be a safety, but I don't know what the rules on that exactly are, but the referee said no, it's a touchback.
Well, if the ball goes in on its own, then it's a touchback. But, it came off of his leg. It landed around the 4, and he was chasing it, and it looked like he kicked it into the end zone. So maybe it would have gone in anyway, but I think if once he kicked it, it should have been a safety.
Okay, so here are the Matadors now setting up on 1st and 10. Now there's a timeout. Let's see, is that an official timeout or one called by Estacado or the Panthers? I'm not sure, but there is a timeout, and we'll take it with them. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hernandez Sanitation in Fort Stockton proudly serves a large portion of West Texas with sanitation services, including the oil field. For portable toilets, holding tanks, septic tank service, grease trap service, or large roll-off trash containers, contact Hernandez Sanitation today by calling owner and operator Joe Angel Hernandez at 432-336-3803. Hernandez Sanitation, a proud member of the Fort Stockton community, always supporting all the athletic and extracurricular activities in Fort Stockton schools. United Country Real Estate is your top real estate agency in the Trans-Pecos. Serving Pecos, Reeves, Ward, Terrell, Brewster, and Presidio counties, you'll find fabulous listings for West Texas homes, ranches, commercial property, and hunting land. Serving all surrounding area towns and communities. Visit their website today at ucre-wtx.com to view their listings. Also ask them about property management. Located at 1032 North Highway 285 in Fort Stockton, also with an office in Pecos. Call United Country today at 432-336-1111.
All right, we're back with more Panther football. There was a running play off the left tackle for Estacado for only 2 yards, and it will be 2nd and 8 now coming up for the Matadors.
Nice tackle by Alon Leyva. And Jesse says because he didn't possess it in the field of play that it was not a safety. But I thought since he was running around with it in the end zone and we tackled him, it should be. But
all right, so he didn't possess it in the field of play. All right, 2nd down and 8 yards to go. Here's an incomplete pass. You know, that was a pass that was pretty much right on the money. I don't think it was going to get anything because Fort Stockton covered it very well. And I believe that might have been Cedric Ross, the intended receiver, but it went through his hands and out of bounds.
Yeah, really nice coverage that time by number 15 for the Panthers. He was on that. I believe that's our linebacker.
All right, 3rd down and 8 for the Estacado Matadors. They've got 3 receivers on the right side, 1 on the left. And now the quarterback is in the shotgun. Panthers are leading this game 7-0. And a lot of pressure very quickly on the quarterback. And that was great pressure, I believe, by, let's see, who was it?
Cariel Rojero, I believe, okay. 63.
All right, 63 Rojero. I thought it looked like maybe Jaden Sotelo, but I guess not.
No,
so,
they were trying to set up a screen, and he got in there so fast, and then we had the guy covered also. So really a great defensive job again by the Panthers.
And it's a great defensive scheme by our coaches right now. That was a great call on the blitz right there. So now it's 4th down and 8. Estacado will have a quick kick, and it's not going to go very far. We muffed the kick by Jaden Sotelo. However, he gets right back on it.
Nicky Sotelo.
Oh, Nicky Sotelo, okay.
He tried to catch that, which saved it from rolling, but he was able to get right back on it at the 50.
All right, so good job to get back on the football by the Panthers after a muff. But that's really a relatively short kick right there. That's only about 27 yards.
And I do want to say that's the first time all year that Nicky has looked like Roger.
All right, so 1st down and 10, ball at the 50-yard line. We've got 2 receivers on each side. Running back in the backfield, I believe, is going to be Nick Almendares. The Panthers are leading Estacado 7-0 in the first quarter with 3:56 to go. Long snap count, and we're taking some time off the clock, Darren. I think that's pretty good strategy, actually. All right, here's a lateral, it looks like, to Nick Almendares, I think, out of the backfield, and that's going to be a 4-yard pickup. They didn't give us a very good spot on that one, so it is a lateral and a 4-yard gain, 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and I tell you, I think Jerry's 3 for 3 in the passing game. I know that was a lateral, but he's really throwing the ball well.
He's 2 for 2 because that was a lateral. So 2nd down and 6 now. The ball at the Estacado 46-yard line. And here is Jerry. And a great, I thought it was going to be caught, but it's incomplete. That was Cedric Lopez down the middle. And, I mean, it was right in his chest, thrown beautifully by Diaz, and that one is incomplete.
Yeah, he dropped that one, but that was a perfect pass. A good route by Cedric, and I think he was looking up to see all that green grass in front of him had he been able to get by one defender.
Well, we're having some audio problems on at the radio station tonight. We are on, but it doesn't sound right like it usually does. So tune into YouTube, our YouTube page, youtube.com, and search for KFST. We've got a good sounding broadcast on the YouTube page tonight. 3rd down and 6. Here is Jerry backing up and good protection. And now it's Jerry rolling out to his left and trying to find someone open. He couldn't find anybody open that time, Darren. He will manage to get 3 yards on that carry with the scramble to his left side.
Yeah, and it's going to bring up a big 4th down. I mean, we could punt them deep into the territory, and that may be, but it's 4th in about 2.5, 3 yards.
It's 4th and 3 at the 43-yard line of Estacado, and we'll see what the Panthers are going to do. Now, Jerry has been known to quick kick it, from the quarterback position. Our normal punter is Diego Ramos, but right now it looks like we're going for it on 4th down and 3 at the Estacado 43-yard line. And here is Jerry looking for somebody to throw to. He will take it, and he's going to have a 1st down. How about that run by Jerry Diaz? That's going to be a 4-yard pickup, just enough for the 1st down by a yard. And that's an outstanding play brought to you by M&J Fast Lube. And it's another 1st down brought to you by Cactus Health.
Well, he got hit 2 yards short, and he ran right through that tackle and picked up the 1st down by about a yard.
1st down and 10, ball at the 39-yard line of the Estacado Matadors. And we've got 3 receivers now on the left, 1 on the right after that great 1st down run by Jerry Diaz, the quarterback for Fort Stockton. Everybody up to the line of scrimmage pretty tight, and there's a great fake by Jerry, and that was, the veer option, and he gained 11 yards on that play for another Panther 1st down.
Yeah, I tell you, Nick Almendares was heading off to the left, and every Estacado defender was looking at Nick.
All right, there's a timeout on the field. That was a 1st down brought to you by Cactus Health. We'll be back in a moment.
Your dreams are what power our community. When it comes to buying a home, starting a business, or tools to help with everyday money management, Citibank is a proud community leader for your financial needs. From personal checking and lending solutions to mobile banking and a suite of business services, our goal is to help you achieve yours. Citibank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey, Fort Stockton. Hungry for a deal that satisfies every craving? K-Bob Steakhouse has you covered with a 2 for $20 meal deal. That's right, choose a starter like crispy potato skins, cheesy quesadilla or zesty fried pickles, and pair it with an entree. The juicy 6-ounce sirloin, crispy catfish platter, or maybe the hearty chicken fried steak. The choice is yours. Your entree also comes with your choice of sides, baked potato fries, or green beans, all for $20. So grab your friends, family, or come solo and treat yourself at K-Bob Steakhouse in Fort Stockton. Come by today.
We're back with more Panther football. 1st and 10 now for the Panthers. Shotgun, Jerry Diaz hands it off, and there was great penetration that time, and Estacado was right there just as the ball was handed off to Almendares, and so that is going to be a loss on the play, and that's the best defensive play Estacado's had all night. They penetrated and forced a 3-yard loss by Nick.
Yeah, their linebacker, number 52, came on a run blitz, and he was able to get inside and stop that play.
2nd down and 13 for the Panthers at the 30-yard line. We're playing here in Andrews tonight against Estacado in by district. Here's a long throw down the middle, and that is caught. It's on the left side. A touchdown by Fort Stockton's Cedric Lopez once again. Lopez with his 2nd touchdown catch of the night, and that comes with 1:06 remaining here in the 1st quarter.
I mean, that was a perfect throw. He dropped that right over his shoulder. I mean, there was decent coverage. Cedric had a step on the defender, but he was able to just drop that in, and really a great catch by Cedric, great pass by Jerry. And we're up by 13, trying to go up 14-0.
All right, and that is a 28-yard pass completion. Here is Diego Ramos. The kick is good, and our Panthers are leading Lubbock Estacado near the end of the 1st quarter, 14-0, and that's your BBT score. We'll be back in a moment.
If you or your spouse have been thinking about pre-planning your funerals, Heritage Funeral Home of the Big Bend has some very important news. Now is the best time to plan for your eternity and take the financial burden off your loved ones. If you already have a plan, let them review it with you. At Heritage Funeral Home of the Big Bend, they'll work with you so that your final requests are personalized just for you. Call or come by today at 301 North Main or message them on Facebook. Need a quick, efficient oil change? M&J Fast Lube at 116 West Dickinson is here to serve you. Martina and Julia Ibarra invite you to stop by. They have great service, and they offer auto oil and lube services with the top major oil brands and vehicle washing and cleaning. Or you can get your vehicle completely detailed. It'll look like you just bought it. That's M&J Fast Lube, 116 West Dickinson, supporting Panther and Prowler sports. Go Blue.
All right, here's the kickoff by the Panthers. Now a very nice kickoff return by Estacado. It looks like they're going to go the distance, but however, there is a flag at the 31-yard line. So there may be a penalty here to call that entire kickoff return back, but that was a long return by Estacado, about 85 yards for a would-be touchdown. But hold everything, because there's a flag at the 31, and I'm assuming this is coming back.
Well, number 52's helmet was off, so I don't know if we pushed maybe hands to the face or if he took it off in frustration, but they're huddling right now.
All right, the Panthers are leading this game right now 14-0 over the Lubbock Estacado Matadors. 53 seconds remaining in the 1st quarter. That's your BBT score. And the referees are discussing this play because this penalty is big. It would mean the callback of a touchdown or allowing the touchdown. So it's a big call. Here's the referee. They're waving it off. They're waving it off, and it's going to be a touchdown by Estacado on a kickoff return of about 82 yards.
I tell you, Coach Howell is not happy with the no call. I mean, if you throw the flag, again, that's the second one that like I said, I think if you field the ball and you start running around in the end zone and you get tackled, I think it's a safety.
And I believe it might have been Ross, perhaps, on the return.
Number 6, I
believe. Oh, it was? Okay, that would be Bozeman then. And so the Estacado Matadors have cut this now to an 8-point lead with the extra point to come.
Looks like they're going to go for 2.
All right, Estacado lining up to go for 2. And we'll see what Estacado does if they decide to kick. I certainly don't see a tee being put down. They're switching their blockers over to the other side, and they are going for two. And here are the Panthers trying to defend that play, but they can't do it. Estacado makes the two-point conversion, and it is now 14-8. The Fort Stockton Panthers lead in this game. We'll be back in just a moment.
M&J Trucking Services supports our Fort Stockton Panther and Prowler athletic teams and wants you to know that there's a locally owned and operated oilfield trucking company that can handle your vacuum truck and water hauling in the surrounding area. It's M&J Trucking in Fort Stockton, offering 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week vacuum truck and water hauling service. Contact M&J Trucking today at 290-4510. M&J Trucking, owned and operated by Martin Ibarra, proudly supporting the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers. Julie's Easy Press Cleaners is ready to serve you with all your laundry cleaning needs. From drop-off to pickup, you'll enjoy not having to do the washing, drying, or pressing. It's done for you. Whether it's a party, office meeting, or lunch with friends, show up dressed for success, because at Julie's Easy Press, they know that when you look good, you feel good. Julie's Easy Press, 1101 Front Street. Call 336-6601.
We're back with more Panther football tonight, and the Estacado Matadors have taken a kickoff return 82 yards back, and there was a flag on the play, and we thought that kickoff return was going to be called back, but they waved off the flag, and so it is now 14-8. They went for two and made it, and here are the Panthers at about the 12-yard line on the return of this kick, and we're brought down about the 27-yard line.
Nicky Sotelo fielded that, but good coverage that time by the Matadors. They were able to get up and hold him to about 10 or 15 yards on the return.
15-yard return. And so the Panthers, with probably our worst field position yet tonight, we're back at the 27-yard line where it's 1st and 10 for our Fort Stockton Panthers. Fort Stockton is leading the game with 44 seconds left in the first quarter, 14-8. That's your BBT score.
And Estacado's been on defense all night. We've got two good drives for touchdowns, and let's make it 3 for 3.
All right, 1st and 10 now for the Panthers at our own 27-yard line, and we knew it would take some points scored to win this ball game, right? Here's the handoff, and is that Almendaris again on the carry?
It is Almendaris.
And that is Nick going all the way up to the 33-yard line. A good run on first down. That's about 6 yards, bringing up a 2nd and 4.
Well, he's getting closer and closer to that 1,000-yard season. I think he's well over 900 yards now.
He needed 134 tonight to eclipse that 1,000-yard barrier for rushing in a season. It's now 2nd down and 4 for our Panthers, and we're taking quite a bit of time off the clock. I think that's part of our strategy, but I think we're going to call timeout now.
It's the end of the quarter.
Oh, it's the end of the quarter. That's right. First quarter comes to an end. We'll be back in just a moment.
At Weiss Tire Pros, they've been servicing vehicles reliably for generations. They're family-owned and operated for over 35 years, and they're here to make certain your cars and trucks keep their promise to you. They're more than just tires, offering full automotive services, so they keep you focused on the road ahead. They carry all major tire brands. For whatever you drive, Weiss Tire Pros has a tire to fit your needs. With Weiss Tire Pros, they're here to help keep you safe on the road. Visit the store today in Fort Stockton. Weiss Tire Pros. Love the drive.
Buck's Lube Center is located at 310 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. They feature quick oil changes, multi-point vehicle checks, inspection stickers, and fuel filters for all vehicles, specializing in mobile oil but with Motorcraft also in stock. Buck's Lube Center is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Remember, for reasonable prices and great service, it's Buck's Lube Center, 310 West Dickinson, Fort Stockton. They hope to serve you on every oil change.
We're back with more Panther football, 2nd and 4 for the Panthers, and that is going to be a first down run, I believe, by Jerry Diaz. And, you know, the Estacado Matador defending there was trying to grab the ball away from Jerry as he ran for that first down, but he could not do it. Jerry doing a good job of hanging on to the ball. That's going to be a 5-yard pickup by Jerry, and another Fort Stockton first down, brought to you by Cactus Health.
Well, I was looking at some scary scores. Wall is beating Anthony 70-0 at halftime.
Oh, my goodness.
Ouch.
All right, first down and 10, ball at the 37-yard line of Fort Stockton. And we've gotten a first down on this possession. And here is Nick. This time he's going to be swarmed over and brought down. The offensive line couldn't protect him that time, Darren, and they beat our blocks, and that's about a 3-yard loss.
Well, that whole play just didn't get started well, and a little sluggish on the handoff. I think snap was mishandled a little bit. The snap was up. The run was down, and we lost yardage.
So it's second down and 13 now for the Panthers after a loss on that play. Back to the 35-yard line. We're going to have to get out to the 48 in our own territory for a first down. It's second and 13. And here is Jerry back to throw. And now he's going to try to pull it up and run, but Estacado grabs Jerry from behind, and that's going to be a 4-yard loss as Diaz was trying to – he saw some green grass in front of it, but unfortunately the defender from behind him grabbed his jersey and brought him down.
Really did. I thought he grabbed him by the face mask because he was reaching around, but no call on that, so it's going to be third and forever.
Yeah, third down and about 17. So we're back at the 31-yard line. The Panthers have 2 receivers on each side and a single running back there with Jerry in the shotgun. And they're changing the play with not much time left on the play clock. It's third and 17. We got to snap the ball. We did get it off before the play clock expired. Here's Jerry rolling out to his right and being chased. He's going to have to throw it away. And a wise play, I'd say, by Jerry. He didn't find anybody open on that play.
And he threw that right-handed, and he's a left-handed quarterback. But he was outside the pocket and got it past the line of scrimmage. So, you know, that's the first time Estacado has stopped us. So let's see if we can get a booming punt. And you know, we've seen their return game. We need to be careful, maybe pin them outside.
All right, Darren. And, of course, that drive saw the last couple of plays, negative plays, a -3 and a -4. So now we've got fourth down and 17 yards to go. Diego Ramos back to punt for the Panthers. They've got a return man standing inside the 30-yard line. Oh, it's a bad snap. And Diego Ramos will have to pick it up. And, you know, Estacado is going to get this ball at the 1-yard line on a gift by the Panthers on a high snap. So, my goodness, we lost a lot of yardage on that play. We lost 30 yards on the high snap.
Well, we've had that problem a little bit lately. We've had a couple of punts where the ball just sailed.
Well,
and that was one of them.
Yeah, that was. This is going to give Estacado an absolute gift, and they could take the lead right here. They've got the ball at the 1-yard line after a high snap went way back downfield, way over Diego's head. It was recovered by Diego at the 1-yard line, and it's first and goal Estacado. They bring everybody in tight. And that is a 1-yard touchdown, I believe, but they have not made the call. Yes, now they do. And it's a 1-yard touchdown by Estacado here in the second quarter. And that play right there will tie up the game, the extra point try to come.
Well, that's the same play they ran on the 2-point conversion. And, you know, I expect to see it again. They've got, you know, 3 blockers, kind of like a wishbone almost, but really it's a direct snap, and he's following those 3 blockers into the end zone.
Yeah, it was a good play. And kind of like a wishbone, like you said, but they were lined up, you know, not very far behind the line of scrimmage. They're going for 2 once again here from a wishbone formation, and that one goes for the score again. It's a 2-point conversion, good, and now Estacado is leading the Panthers 16-14. We'll be back with more Panther football in just a moment.
Designer Carpets and Interiors has become known in Fort Stockton as the remodeling experts. They will be glad to put together a free estimate on just about any remodeling project, always keeping in mind your budget. They also can help with ideas and designs for your project to upgrade your home and add to its value. They also have all types of the latest and most modern flooring, including carpet, tile, hardwood, laminates, custom cabinetry, countertops, and much more. Call Designer Carpets and Interiors today at 336-6591. Permian Basin Abstract Company is located at 600 West Dickinson and is available to handle all your real estate closings. They have a full-service title company and are experts at handling all the tricky parts of title work. Great customer service is their #1 goal with local manager Penny McKnight. Permian Basin Abstract has locations in Andrews, Seminole, Pecos, and the local office in Fort Stockton to serve all area West Texas counties and have all records available. Call 432-336-3301 or go by Permian Basin Abstract, corner of Monahans Highway and Dickinson Boulevard.
We're back with more Panther football on KFST, AM and FM, KFSTradio.com, and now on our YouTube page. Tune into our YouTube page tonight. Go to youtube.com, search KFST, and we've got some video there with our broadcast. And here is Nicky Sotelo with the return up to about the 25-yard line. That's where he'll be brought down, about a 20-yard return for Nicky.
Well, there's a flag on the play, and my bet is that they don't pick this one up. I bet they mark this off against Fort Stockton.
Well, they had a flag on a kickoff return for a touchdown by Estacado earlier, but they picked it up, and it was not a penalty at all. Greenwood is leading Perryton 59-20 in the fourth quarter, by the way.
Well, this flag on Fort Stockton was not picked up. They're going to enforce this one and mark it off. So Fort Stockton is going to have really bad field position, probably back around the 10-yard line.
Well, Darren, we took a 14-0 lead, and since then, Estacado has come back with 2 unanswered touchdowns, one on a kickoff return of 82 yards, and then another one on a 1-yard run, and that was a result of a high snap on a punt by Fort Stockton. So, you know, Estacado's offense has really not scored a touchdown tonight. I mean, yes, they scored a 1-yard, touchdown, but their offense has not done the job tonight so far. But here's Fort Stockton really backed up, back at the 10-yard line now, and here's the handoff to Almendares, and Nick, it will have a couple of yards. In fact, only one is where they mark him. So that's only a 1-yard gain for Almendares. It's going to be 2nd and 9 now.
Well, it is, and so, Estacado's got some good players, and they're doing a good job right now. They're starting to just play the run. We've had a lot of success passing, and I think we're probably going to maybe throw the ball a little bit, try to open up those running lanes again.
Well, Darren, the defensive line for Estacado looks pretty big.
Well, they got one guy that weighs about 5,000 pounds.
2nd down and 9. And here's Jerry, and he's going to launch it downfield, and that one is thrown away, really.
No, they blew it.
No, they blew it dead, didn't they?
They did.
Yeah. So there's a penalty on this play. Let's see what happens. It is, what is it? Is it going to be?
It's going to be against us.
It's against Fort Stockton. I'm
motion.
not sure. What did they call?
They called motion.
Okay,
Illegal
motion call.
Mm-hmm. Well, we have not been we've had 3 calls that are, or at least 2 calls that are a little bit hurt, questionable.
Well, we were in great shape leading 14-0, and then things kind of fell apart with that long kickoff return for a TD. A flag picked up on that return, and then a high snap by Fort Stockton. They got it at the 1-yard line, and, of course, they were able to punch it in on the first play. So it's 2nd and 14 now for the Panthers. And here's the handoff, goes to Nick Almendares, and he's going to be swarmed over for a loss on the play, -2. And they're really, keying on Nick right now.
Yeah, they're not they're ignoring the pass. They've got everyone single covered, and they're just bringing everyone into the backfield.
So it is 3rd down and 16 for the Panthers now after another negative play. All right, the Panthers now with 3 receivers on the right side, 1 on the left. Single running back is Almendares. Jerry Diaz standing just inside the goal line on bad field position. And here is Jerry. He's back to throw. And it is possibly caught. Let's see.
Oh, no, he's saying he dropped it.
Did he drop it?
He
Okay,
did.
Well, that was a great try at that catch down the left sideline near the 40-yard line. That would have been a huge play, but it is incomplete, unfortunately.
Really was. That was to Jaden Sotelo, and he really nearly made the great catch along the sideline, which would have been a first down. But now we're going to have to punt, and we need a good snap.
Yeah, Diego Ramos now is going to kick from the back of the end zone on 4th down and long from the 4-yard line. That's where the line of scrimmage is, and the return man for Estacado standing at about the Fort Stockton 42. And so here is Diego. Needs a good punt. It's a line drive, and it takes a Fort Stockton bounce. We're going to be able to down this with no return, and that's good news. But Estacado's still going to have good field position at the 47-yard line, about a 43-yard punt with no return.
Well, it was very close. He went down to field that, and I was just hoping he wouldn't put his knee down and get called down in the end zone for a safety. But really, not a bad job of punting it out of our end zone, getting it out to close to midfield.
Well, Darren, we had a 3-play drive that time, and let's see, it's a -1 on that drive, and then you had the 5-yard penalty, so really 6 yards lost on that last drive. It's 1st and 10 Estacado. Great field position at the 47-yard line of Fort Stockton. 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Here's a completed pass on the left side to number 1 for the Panthers, or for, I should say, for Estacado. Cedric Ross is the guy who caught the pass. And this will be a 5-yard gain on that pass completion. And, Darren, that is the first pass completion tonight for Estacado.
Yeah, they got that ball out quickly, and we had kind of soft coverage on that. So that's all 5, almost 6 yards.
Yeah, 2nd down and 5 for the Matadors at the Panther 42-yard line. And Estacado has a receiver on each side. Well, they put 2 receivers now on the right. Now they bring the other receiver in motion, and now they switch the formation with the slot man on the right, 2 receivers out on the right side, a single running back, and they hand it off to number 6 there, James Bozeman. And Bozeman is going to have about a 3-yard pickup there, and it will bring 3rd and 2 for the Matadors.
Yeah, this is going to be a big play. You know, it'd be nice to get a stop, and they may go for it and get a couple of stops, but we need the ball back.
3rd down and 2 for Estacado at the Panther 39-yard line. And they'll be going for it, I'm sure. They're leading the game now, 16-14. Panthers started with a 14-0 lead. Estacado has answered with 16 points. They've gone for 2 on each of their touchdowns, and now they lead at 16-14. All right, Estacado now, 3rd and 2. And here's a pass out into the right flat. It's a first down and much more, and that is Cedric Ross with a touchdown for Estacado from 39 yards out.
Yeah, I tell you, we just let him too wide open, and they had a good block on our first defender, and then no one could catch up as he went down the sideline untouched for a touchdown.
39-yard touchdown pass from the quarterback to Cedric Ross.
Well, that's that's their best offensive play. They haven't had much until that play right there, but that was I tell you, just a good, well-designed play, and we weren't ready for it.
Okay, Darren, they're going for 2 again, I believe, and they've gone for 2 points every time against Fort Stockton tonight, and they've got a wishbone formation. And here is the attempt for the 2 points, and they handed it off, and it is going to be this time just short of the goal line. They brought him down at the half-yard line, and this one is going to be no good. So 22-14 will be our score now. Estacado leading the Panthers. That's your BBT score. We'll be back in just a moment.
Have you tried the delicious Jalisco-style Mexican food at the Guadalajara Mexican Grill recently? Their food and service is fast and top-notch. Plus, they're now offering some additions to their huge menu, including the carnitas plate and the fantastic molcajete with beef, chicken, and shrimp. They also now have delicious chicken wings spiced with mango, habanero, buffalo, or barbecue. Top it off with your favorite adult beverages and drinks and desserts. They also have daily specials, and you can dine in or call in orders at 336-6600. The Guadalajara Mexican Grill, 200 East 19th on the Imperial Highway.
At Cactus Health Services, they're here when you need them. On Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays, the friendly staff at Cactus Health is ready to serve you from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 2 to 5 p.m. On Tuesdays, they're open from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 2 to 7. Would you like to get in earlier? The Cactus Health office is open on Wednesdays from 7:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. and from 2 to 4:30. Whether it's a routine checkup or something more, they're here for your health. Call Cactus Health at 336-8110.
Well, James Bozeman, the guy I think that had their long touchdown return and is a good running back, just he had to be helped off the field. He looked kind of banged up on that 2-point try, so we'll have to see if he's able to make it back in.
All right, and they did fail on that last 2-point conversion. It is 22-14, though. Estacado now with an 8-point lead over the Panthers in this ball game. And we're in the second quarter, 5:50 to go. There's a kickoff, and it's going to go into the end zone. It'll bounce at about the 3-yard line and go on out, and that's probably a wise decision there by Nicky Sotelo to let that one go into the end zone.
All right, Midland Greenwood has defeated Perryton 59-20, and that is a final.
Okay, so Greenwood advancing, Seminole advancing. I believe Seminole will take on Glen Rose, and that possibly will be in Sweetwater on Friday night at 7 p.m. That would be where Seminole would take on Glen Rose, and so should be a great ball game right there. All right, 1st and 10 for the Panthers. We have 3 receivers on the right, 2 on the left, a single back, and in fact, only the quarterback in the backfield right now. No running backs, and so we may try to open it up here, but Jerry Diaz is going to take it himself. And he's going to be brought down for a loss of 1 on the play. And the running game has been shut down for the last the last 2 drives and now this one. And we've got
Jerry's down. They went low and hit him in the legs, and he's still down.
All right. That's unfortunate. Jerry Diaz is down. There's an Estacado Matador also down on the field. So 2 of them right side by side down on the field with injuries right now. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back.
Tacos OJ in Fort Stockton is famous for its fabulous, authentic Mexican food and is now offering breakfast every day from 8 a.m. until noon. Yes, not only can you find the most delicious Mexican food in town, but you can also now have either a Mexican or American breakfast at Tacos OJ, served from 8 a.m. until noon daily. Tacos OJ, open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. They offer a full menu of great Mexican and American food. Tacos OJ, now serving breakfast, 1305 North Main. They also have a drive-through window for takeout orders. Call 336-3066. Porky's Ice House in Fort Stockton is the place to get your drinks and snacks in Fort Stockton, with 2 convenient drive-through lanes open 7 days a week for teas, lemonades, and fountain drinks with added flavors upon request and much more. Go by Porky's Ice House, and remember, happy hour is each day from 4 to 6 p.m. with all drinks any size for just $1. They also make popular Clamato, Squirt, Topo Chico, and Jerky Preparados that are delicious, along with nachos. Porky's Ice House, 1401 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton.
Well, Darren, we had a couple of players go down for Estacado. One for Estacado, one for Fort Stockton on that last play. And let's see, I believe we're going to have a new quarterback in here right now for the Panthers on 2nd and 11. One of those defensive linemen also went out for Estacado, and earlier they had, I believe, Cedric Ross go out. I don't know if he's okay or not.
Number 32 went out on that, one of their defensive linemen.
Yeah, that would be Deshaun Osugo. 2nd and 11, and here's the handoff, and that is going nowhere. Estacado now driving that running back backwards, and, after a loss on the play. We lost about, 3 yards on the play?
Yeah, we lost some, and Bubba Patino is now out at quarterback, but I think Jerry is coming back into play.
Okay.
Bubba Patino was the quarterback on that last play.
Yeah, well, Jerry had to come out on that injury for one play, but he's back in there now. Good news that Jerry's back in. We hope he's okay, and we hope those Estacado players are okay. 3rd down and 14. We've got 2 receivers on each side for Fort Stockton. Diaz once again in the shotgun, and here he is back to throw. And, man, there's a wide-open receiver. Nicky Sotelo got into that zone in an open spot. He's got a 1st down. That's a big play for Nicky Sotelo from the 21 all the way up to the 45-yard line. That'll be a 24-yard pickup and a 1st down, brought to you by Cactus Health.
Well, our last couple of drives, we've had 3rd and long and haven't been able to pick them up. So that's the first down we've had in a while, and we needed it. We need to go down and get a score.
Man, did Nicky find an open spot right there. 1st and 10, ball at the 45-yard line. Now here's Jerry back to pass. He's going to launch it downfield. Another wide-open receiver, and it's caught. And we're all the way down to the 15-yard line, I believe. That's another open receiver, Cedric Lopez.
Well, I think they started ganging up on the run, everyone up, and we've been running right past them. We've got guys wide open down the field.
That was a 41-yard gain, and now we've got a timeout on the field, and our score 22-14, Estacado on top. We'll be back in a moment.
The Water Factory, located at 1005 North Butts in Fort Stockton, is your answer to premium drinking water and ice. For all your home or office cooler needs in Fort Stockton, it's the Water Factory. They have bottle and bulk delivery of purified water, and they even offer custom labeling for small bottles. They've been your water conditioning professionals since 1985. Call the Water Factory today, 336-6434, or go by 1005 North Butts. That's the Water Factory, Fort Stockton. If you're needing personal attention to your medical needs, visit Salceda Urgent Care and Family Medicine in Fort Stockton at 703 North Main. They can help with life's little urgencies that cannot wait for an appointment. They provide urgent care, hormone optimization for men and women, vitamin supplements, family medicine, chronic care for all ages, including cholesterol treatment, blood pressure, diabetes, thyroid optimization, and treat many other conditions. Call for appointments 360-3029. Walk-ins are welcome at 703 North Main.
We're back, and here's Jerry Diaz handing it off this time to the running back. I believe it's Nick Almendares down at about the 10-yard line, so that's a 5-yard pickup for Nick Almendares.
Well, it is, and, you know, we had them on their heels. They've been playing the run, bringing everyone up, and we went over the top twice. And they called timeout, and I think they made some adjustments, so we went back to the running game.
A 24-yard and a 41-yard catch, one of them by Nicky Sotelo, the other one by Cedric Lopez, to put the Panthers in the red zone.
And they had another player leave, number 45, who starts on offense and defense. And anyway.
All right, 2nd and 5 for the Panthers, 2 receivers on each side. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. We need to score desperately on this play to get back into this ball game a little bit. Here is Jerry going to keep it, and he is down to about the 7-yard line, and that'll be about 2 yards shy of the first down. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2 for the Panthers.
Big play. They had to go down low. They're not going up high on Jerry. That defensive back jumped down low, and it just jumped at his feet.
3rd down and 2 now for the Panthers, and of course this is 4-down territory, I'm sure, but we need to make this first down right here, keep the drive going, and score the TD. We're down right now by 8 points, 22-14 to Estacado with 3.5 minutes left in the first half. We've got 2 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Fake handoff, and here's Jerry going to keep it, and he has got the first down, I believe, at the 5-yard line. I believe that's going to be right at the sticks.
I believe he just got inside the 5, and it should be a 1st and goal now. They brought in Alon Leyva, and he usually is the lead blocker, did a nice job out there, and it is going to be 1st and goal for the Panthers.
All right, so now it's 1st and goal for Fort Stockton at the 5-yard line. 2 receivers on each side for the Panthers. Jerry Diaz in the shotgun at quarterback, and Estacado's making substitutions and taking a long time in doing it. And we've only got 8 seconds now left on the play clock. We've got to hurry. Got to hurry. And they do get the snap off, I believe, just before a delay of game. Here's Jerry rolling out to his right, or his left, I should say, and that is thrown out of bounds. That's a wise decision by Jerry just to throw it away because he was about to be sacked for a big loss.
Really did. He kept drifting back, but, you know, did a nice job. He ran all the way out to the left sideline and then just threw it out of bounds near the end zone.
That's a great decision, and now it's 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line for the Panthers with 2:42 left in the first half, and 22-14 our score with Estacado on top right now by 8.
Yeah, I think the timing of that play was thrown off by the late substitution.
All right, 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Here's Diaz back to no, he's going to hand it off to Nick, and Nick is going wide to the right. He is going to have a yard or 2, but that's it. He's knocked out of bounds around the 3-yard line, and so the Panthers still cannot score on that play. They did a good job of pursuing Nick on the right, on, well, our right side, their left. So we're at the 3, a gain of 2.
Yeah, he really did a nice job on defense that time. He was trying to cut it back in, and they just kept pushing him outside until they got him out of bounds.
And it's 3rd and goal now from the 3-yard line. Jerry Diaz brings the Panthers back up in a shotgun formation. Almendaris in the backfield. 2 receivers on the left side, 1 on the right. All right, here is the handoff to Nick, and Nick is going to be short. And he'll gain 1 yard down to the 2-yard line, and that's it. So we have a big 4th down and goal at the 2-yard line.
Well, and we're probably going to let this run down to the 2-minute warning and talk about it. And this is a big play. We need a touchdown. We don't need a field goal.
Okay, let's see if we go ahead and let this thing run down to the 2-minute warning, and I believe we will. And our coach is calling one of the referees to talk to him a little bit. But, yeah, we're going to let it run down to the 2-minute timeout. We'll be back with more Panther football after these words.
Are you sick and tired of inflation driving up the price on virtually everything? At CTJ Express Oil Change, we have mastered the art of inflation-proof, lightning-fast oil changes. We tell inflation to take a hike with our happy hour discounts every weekday, 11 to 1 p.m., and our service appreciation discounts for local teachers, military, first responders, and correctional officers. We're fast, too, saving you time and money. And remember, at CTJ Express, we are the best for the most dependable place to get your state inspection. Come save with us at CTJ Express in Fort Stockton.
Contessa Ready Mix is now open and ready to serve all your concrete needs. They also offer general construction, precast, material hauling, and sand and gravel. They're located at 2270 Gonzales Loop. For more information, call 432-290-4947. Contessa Ready Mix, owned and operated by Colby Terraces, serving Fort Stockton and the surrounding area.
All right, Darren, it looks like we're going for it on 4th and goal rather than kicking a field goal. We're at the 2-yard line, and we need a big play right here for a TD. All right, here's Jerry Diaz taking the snap. He is being rushed, and it is incomplete in the end zone. Man number 77, Vershaundrick Smith, came in there and hit Jerry Diaz just as he was throwing the ball, and that guy is huge. And he showed his size and strength right now, breaking through that offensive line of the Panthers, putting a lot of pressure on Jerry.
Well, it was, and I tell you, he nearly got that away. Alon Leyva nearly was able to catch up to that. And, you know, he's just under so much pressure he couldn't throw it. Had he been able to put a little bit more air under that, it would have been a close play.
Okay, so the Panthers fail on 4th and goal, and it's Lubbock Estacado taking over on downs at their own 2-yard line. But, Darren, it has been a very competitive game tonight. You know, the Panthers have given Estacado a couple of gifts, and that's a touchdown kickoff return and then also a high snap, which gave them the ball at our 1-yard line, and that's 2 of their scores. 1st and 10 for Estacado, and this is number 1 still in the game, and he got a great block from a wide receiver out there. Cedric Ross will have a 1st down for Estacado, a gain of about 11 on the play.
We were close to getting a hand on him in the end zone. Had a little razzle-dazzle, faked it to the left, ran to the right, and a good block was able to spring him for the 1st down.
All right, so that will be a pickup of 12 yards for Cedric Ross. It's 1st and 10 for Estacado at their own 14-yard line with 1:48 left. And, Darren, we don't need to allow any big plays by this Estacado offense. Everybody in tight, and it's a wishbone formation. And here is the running back this time. He's going to sidestep and hurdle a couple of Panther tacklers, and he's going to have yardage up to about the 22-yard line. And so not a bad run, but he did a good job of hurdling a couple of Panther tacklers.
Well, that's a nice hard hit that time. Number 20 on our play really hit him, drove him out of bounds.
Darren, the Panthers had him dead to rights a lot earlier, but he was able to hurdle a couple of guys and get 8 yards. So it's 2nd and 2. It's an outstanding run by Estacado there. And they're at about the 22-yard line in their own territory, wishbone formation once again. And that's a direct snap to one of the running backs, and he is down the left sideline, finally just barely knocked out of bounds. And that is Cedric Ross once again with a huge play.
Well, they are. They've got the quarterback and 3 running backs. It's not a wishbone, but they do have a number of people, and they do a direct snap. They hand it off. They fake an end around, and so they do a lot of things in the running game. And if they get into the open field, they got a lot of speed.
All right, so it's 1st and 10 for Estacado at the Panther 49-yard line, and this is not taking long to move it from the 2-yard line down to the Panther 49. 1st and 10 now for Estacado. Wishbone formation again, and that is handoff to number 14. That's Dontavius Bass, and he will gain about 3 yards on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Well, Bass usually is a lot better in the water, but he tried to run it that time, and it was swimming upstream.
There's a timeout on the play. We'll be back with more Panther football. Our BBT scored 22-14, Estacado on top. Back in a moment.
Are your insurance rates too high? At Fort Stockton Insurance, you're not stuck. We can shop within our own carriers to find the best deals. Do you know that we do more than property and auto? We do life, commercial, farm, and specialty insurance. Do you want to run on the field with the Baylor Bears? Have an Aerolite plane or a vintage vehicle? We insure all of that. Need a bond or commercial insurance? We can help you there too. This is Pam at Fort Stockton Insurance. We're located at 901 West Dickinson, or give us a call at 336-8565.
This is Dr. Gabe Zamora, Superintendent of Fort Stockton ISD. At FSISD, we know that success begins with showing up every day. Be present and be prepared. I want to thank our parents, families, and community for supporting not just our athletes and performers, but every student and the dedicated educators who work tirelessly to help them succeed. Let's continue working together to ensure our students thrive in school and in life. Together, let's make this another great year for Fort Stockton.
And now we're back with more Panther football. We've got a 2nd and 8 for Estacado at the Panther 47-yard line. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. Only a minute 13 left in the first half, and Estacado leading 22-14. They're trying to punch in another score before halftime. A good jump by Panther defender right there, and that is a pass that is touched by Cedric Ross. It touched his left arm, but it was a little bit too far toward the out-of-bounds line, and so that's incomplete, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Well, it is, and
Ross is their playmaker.
They talk a lot, I tell you. They've got one guy. He's still out there talking, and I've watched them. They don't mind talking and pointing, and
Ross was pointing to our defender, and that, you know what, Diego Ramos is covering him, and now look, he's switching to the other side because Diego's a good cover man. 3rd down and 8. Here's the shotgun snap, and here's the pass, and it's over the middle, and it's going to be good enough for the first down to about the 36-yard line. And that's going to be a pickup of 11 yards and a first down for Estacado.
Tell you, they rolled him out, and we had good pressure that time, and they're just able to get away and get it downfield.
And they are coming up with a hurry-up offense with only 50 seconds left, 1st and 10. The ball at the 36-yard line, and I believe, let's see, here's the handoff, and that's going to be about a 5-yard pickup for Estacado there.
Well, that's a good stop. Kept him in bounds, so the clock continues to run. Under 30 seconds now.
All right, 2nd down and 5 now for Estacado. They've got 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left. And a timeout is called. And let's see who called the timeout. It doesn't matter. We'll take it right now. We'll be back in a moment. Panthers call the timeout. Back in just a moment.
Ram Country of Fort Stockton has a full-time service department. For all your vehicle needs, visit Ram Country 2603 West Dickinson. Same-day service available on most vehicles. This includes service on Jeep, Ram, Dodge, and Chrysler vehicles. They also have a state-of-the-art tire alignment machine. Ram Country has the top service technicians in the area, so no matter the make or model of your vehicle, they can get you back out on the road safely. Call 432-360-1055 to schedule an appointment today.
When you need supplies in the oil field, the choice is clear. Choose Triple G Supply and Services in Fort Stockton. They have all the oil field supplies you need, including general oil field supplies, PVC pipe and fittings, hydraulic hoses, generators, safety equipment, household supplies, and much more. They also have roustabout services available. Triple G Supply and Services is right here in Fort Stockton at the west end of Dickinson at 1048 Crockett Avenue. Delivery is available to your location. Call 336-8284 Triple G Supply and Services.
And we're back with more Panther football in Estacado now, a 2nd and 5 with 21 seconds left at the Panther 31. Here's a pass complete, and it is a first down, but it is a gain of about 8 yards on the pass completion. And so Estacado has 13 seconds left now. And it's going to be 1st and 10. They're already up to the line of scrimmage before the chains are set. It's an incomplete pass, which stops the clock. The quarterback spiked it into the turf.
Yeah, I mean, this is a big stand. You know, it'd be great here. What they owe us after the kickoff and the punt where we gave them to, we ought to get a pick six. That would be fair as fair.
That's nice. That would be okay with me. Well, it's 2nd and 10 now for Estacado. Only 8 seconds left. Maybe time for 2 more plays, Darren. They lead it 22-14. And here's Estacado with 2 receivers on each side. And the quarterback in the shotgun, 1 running back there. And here's a quarterback back in the pocket. He throws into the end zone, and it is a pass interference call on the Panthers in the end zone.
I don't get, he's still talking, and he ran into the defender. The defender Nicky was standing in the back of the end zone, and he just ran right into him. And
well, that's going to be half the distance to the goal and an automatic first down. But, Darren, only 2 seconds left, only time for 1 more play.
Yeah, and their passing game is hit or miss. They've done pretty good in the short passing game, but, this is, I think, kind of iffy territory.
Well, they're going to mark off the full 15 yards against the Panthers on that pass interference play.
Well,
so it's all the way down to the 8-yard line. And like we said, time for 1 more play, and they're going to try a field goal. This field goal is from 25 yards away. It's at the 15-yard line. It'll be a 25-yard field goal attempt with 2 seconds left in the first half. And this kick is low, and it is good. All right, Estacado is now leading 25-14 over the Panthers, and we're at halftime. So we'll be back in a moment with more Panther football after these words.
Doctors Josh Pass, Brian Cherry, and Camilla Lamb are optometrists serving the West Texas area. Visit West Texas Eye Care at 605 North Main in Fort Stockton, 711 South Oak in Pecos, or 406 South Ike in Monahans, offering complete and thorough eye examinations for the entire family, including therapeutic optometry, eyeglasses, contact lenses, and much more with an in-office lab. Call to make an appointment in Fort Stockton at 432-336-3662, in Pecos at 432-445-3662, or in Monahans 432-777-3662. West Texas Cinema is open in Fort Stockton next to the Convention Center at 2181 West Interstate 10, showing the newest movies with a movie premiere once a month. Shows are Fridays at 7 p.m., Saturdays at 4 p.m., and Sundays at 7 and 9 p.m., with admission prices just $10 for adults and $8 for children 12 and under. Plus, they have a full range of fresh concessions, discounts for veterans, first responders, and medical staff with ID. West Texas Cinema, local and family owned and operated at 2181 West I-10. Check them out on Facebook and Instagram at West Texas Cinema.
Pepito's Cafe, which is known far and wide for its great food, is now offering something new that you'll love. Fresh, hand-cut steaks, never frozen and cooked to perfection. Yes, Pepito's now offers delicious and juicy ribeye steaks, New York strips, and filet mignons, and they're fabulous. They've added these to their wide variety of Mexican and American food. Pepito's is open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. with breakfast served all day long and with a drive-through window. Look for an expansion coming soon, which will add even more services to their great customers. For orders to go, call 432-336-2882.
Ready to refresh, renew, and radiate? At RA Radiance Med Spa, we're here to help you look and feel your best. From glowing skin with hydrofacial and classic facials to smoother texture with microneedling and dermaplaning, your skin transformation starts here. Boost your wellness with IV hydration, vitamin injections, and our medical weight loss program featuring semaglutide and tirzepatide. Plus, don't miss our CareVive scalp treatments with trusted Botox care. And great news, we're now open Monday through Friday. Call us today at 432-360-0248 or visit raradiancemedSpa.com.
Airlawn Furniture is Fort Stockton's newest destination for furniture, appliances, mattresses, electronics, and more. They've been serving Pecos for over 30 years and look forward to doing the same for the lovely people of Fort Stockton. Enjoy free local delivery and installation, monthly specials, lease-to-own options with no credit needed. Visit them in-store at 1206 West Dickinson next to Lowe's or call 432-299-1181 or online at airlawnfurniture.com. Make the quality choice. Panther and Prowler fans, choose Airlawn. Se habla español.
Always a good time at Joe's Place Cantina, located in historic downtown behind the Community Theater at 216 West 1st. Joe's Place offers specialty cocktails, cold beer on tap, tacos, tortas, and more, served in 3 different areas, including a covered patio and backyard bars, while listening and dancing to a wide variety of music or watching the big game. Also karaoke nights on Thursdays. Joe's Place open Wednesdays from 8 to 12 and Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 1, with family time and happy hour only from 6 to 8 p.m. Be sure to look at their Facebook page for upcoming events and information.
Looking for more ways to watch your favorite shows, sports, and movies? With BBT, it's simple. When you sign up for our Work and Play internet plan, you'll get a free Roku device and $10 in monthly streaming credits. Enjoy hundreds of channels, including popular Spanish language favorites like Univision, Unimas, and Telemundo, all with reliable local internet you know and trust. Call 800-592-4781 or order online 24/7 at bigbend.com. BBT, reliable, local, and connected.
Alamo Tire and Auto Repair presents the $5 Club. Get $5 flat repairs, $5 tire rotations, $5 brake pad thickness checks, $5 vehicle unlock services, $5 vehicle jump starts, $5 computer diagnostics, and lots more. For information, call 432-242-7092 or visit them at 2709 West Dickinson. That's Alamo Tire and Auto Repair.
Panther football is brought to you on KFST by Amistad Motors, Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, Bucks Lube Center, Pecos County State Bank, Castilla Ledesma State Farm, the Steakhouse Restaurant, the First National Bank, Sawyer Insurance, Arenada Sanitation, Citibank, K-Bob Steakhouse, Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, Heritage Funeral Home, M&J Fast Lube, Julie's Easy Press, M&J Trucking, Weiss Tire, Joe's Place and Cantina, United Country Real Estate, and by Jones Leasing. Also by Designer Carpets and Interiors, Permian Basin Abstract, the Guadalajara Mexican Grill, Cactus Health, Tacos OJ, Porky's Ice House, The Water Factory, Salceda Family Medicine and Urgent Care, CTG Express, Contessa Ready Mix, Fort Stockton Insurance Agency, Fort Stockton ISD, Ram Country of Fort Stockton, Triple G Oilfield Supply, West Texas Eye Care, Pepito's Cafe, West Texas Cinema, RA Radiance Med Spa, Airlawn Furniture and Appliance, and by BBT.
All right, Darren, we're back at halftime. And the Fort Stockton Panthers started out the game great, leading 14-0. But then things, went bad luck for the Panthers, really, because we allowed a kickoff return of about 82 yards. There was a flag on the play thrown about the 30-yard line in the far end of the field, and I'm talking about the end of the field where they received the ball. And that flag was picked up. It was waved off, and so they allowed that 82-yard touchdown. Don't know what the flag was about. I'm sure we'll find out from Coach Howell. But
he was not happy, though.
No, he wasn't happy, obviously. And then, of course, we had a high snap over Diego's head on a punt, and Diego recovered it at the 1-yard line. That avoided a safety. But however, it might have been best to take the safety in that case. But because Estacado got the ball at the 1-yard line, and they were able to easily punch it in on the first play. So that accounts for 2 of their touchdowns. And the other one was a 39-yard big play to their great receiver, Cedric Ross. And that was a great play, and it was 39 yards for a touchdown. So a little bit of bad luck mixed in that first half for the Panthers, and it's been a tough second quarter for Fort Stockton here tonight and part of the first.
Well, it is, and some of those we had all the momentum, we had them on their heels, and then the kickoff return that I don't believe should have been allowed. I think if you throw a flag, you saw something, and there was certainly a guy with his helmet off, so he was unhappy. But
and the referees had a long discussion.
They had a long discussion, and what ends up is we've had numerous penalties enforced, and they haven't had any that I know of. And again, the punt, I think on that, in hindsight, just kick it out of the back of the end zone, allow 2 points. Don't give them a 1-yard touchdown, and that's what we did. It really led them back in the game, and all of a sudden they started playing better after after they got back into the game, and we missed out.
And we, of course, were unable to punch it in with a 1st and goal at the 4-yard line, and that was a tough series also where we couldn't punch it in for a score. We really had to score at that point. But now, we're down 11 at halftime. We're going to have a good second half, and we're going to have to eliminate mistakes and maybe a little bit of luck on our side.
Well, it is, and one thing we've done well, we've run the ball and we've passed the ball, and I think we're gonna find something that works. Our defense has played really well most of the game. That last drive, of course, the penalty, I didn't see it. I'm sorry that there's a penalty in the end zone which put them in field goal range, and I tell you, they just snuck that one over. But we've played with Estacado, and we came into this game. Hey, they've done really well. They've played some tough teams, but you know what? We have matched them, and really one break here or there, and we'd be up 25-14.
Okay, Darren, I think you've got some scores for us coming up. We'll be back in a moment with more Panther football after these words.
Tacos OJ in Fort Stockton is famous for its fabulous, authentic Mexican food and is now offering breakfast every day from 8 a.m. until noon. Yes, not only can you find the most delicious Mexican food in town, but you can also now have either a Mexican or American breakfast at Tacos OJ, served from 8 a.m. until noon daily. Tacos OJ, open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. They offer a full menu of great Mexican and American food. Tacos OJ, now serving breakfast, 1305 North Main. They also have a drive-through window for takeout orders. Call 336-3066.
Your health matters. At Cactus Health Services, we believe quality health care should be accessible to everyone. That's why we offer a sliding fee program, making your visits more affordable based on your income. Whether it's a checkup, managing a condition, or preventative care, we're here for you. Call us today at 432-336-8110 to learn more, or visit us at 700 North Main Street in Fort Stockton, because your health should always come first. Cactus Health Services, caring for our community one patient at a time.
Porky's Ice House in Fort Stockton is the place to get your drinks and snacks in Fort Stockton, with 2 convenient drive-through lanes open 7 days a week for teas, lemonades, and fountain drinks with added flavors upon request and much more. Go by Porky's Ice House, and remember, happy hour is each day from 4 to 6 p.m. with all drinks any size for just $1. They also make popular Clamato, Squirt, Topo Chico, and jerky preparados that are delicious, along with nachos. Porky's Ice House, 1401 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. The Water Factory, located at 1005 North Butts in Fort Stockton, is your answer to premium drinking water and ice. For all your home or office cooler needs in Fort Stockton, it's the Water Factory. They have bottle and bulk delivery of purified water, and they even offer custom labeling for small bottles. They've been your water conditioning professionals since 1985. Call the Water Factory today, 336-6434, or go by 1005 North Butts. That's the Water Factory, Fort Stockton. If you're needing personal attention to your medical needs, visit Salceda Urgent Care and Family Medicine in Fort Stockton at 703 North Main. They can help with life's little urgencies that cannot wait for an appointment. They provide urgent care, hormone optimization for men and women, vitamin supplements, family medicine, chronic care for all ages, including cholesterol treatment, blood pressure, diabetes, thyroid optimization, and treat many other conditions. Call for appointments 360-3029. Walk-ins are welcome at 703 North Main.
Are you sick and tired of inflation driving up the price on virtually everything? At CTG Express Oil Change, we have mastered the art of inflation-proof, lightning-fast oil changes. We tell inflation to take a hike with our happy hour discounts every weekday, 11 to 1 p.m., and our service appreciation discounts for local teachers, military, first responders, and correctional officers. We're fast, too, saving you time and money. And remember, at CTG Express, we are the best for the most dependable place to get your state inspection. Come stay with us at CTG Express in Fort Stockton.
Contessa Ready Mix is now open and ready to serve all your concrete needs.
All right, Darren, we're back with more Panther football here on KFST. We're at halftime, and I do have some stats for you from the first half. And Fort Stockton trails this game now 25-14. The Panthers took a 14-0 lead. First quarter, we had, with 4:50 to go, Cedric Lopez, an 18-yard pass for a touchdown from Jerry Diaz. The extra point by Diego Ramos was good. We led 7-0. And then in the first quarter, with 1:06 to go, another touchdown by Cedric Lopez on a 28-yard pass, and the extra point was good. We led 14-0, and it was looking great. But then some bad luck. The Panthers allowed a kickoff return by Cedric Ross, and it was 82 yards. And of course, they went for two on that after the touchdown, and that made it 14-8. Estacado was still trailing. And then in the second quarter, they had another 1-yard run for a touchdown. That was the result of a high snap by the Panthers, recovered by Diego Ramos at the 1-yard line. And so that resulted in a touchdown after a 1-yard run. They went for two again, and they led 16-14 at that point. Also in the second quarter, with 5:50 to go, we allowed a big play, a 39-yard touchdown pass thrown to Cedric Ross, and the two-point try was no good that time, and Estacado led 22-14. And then in the second quarter, with no time left, they kicked a 25-yard field goal and increased their lead to 25-14. All right, the Panthers, 9 first downs in the first half, Estacado 4. Fort Stockton, 28 rushes for 46 yards in this game. And the reason that is so low is because we had a 30-yard loss on a high snap over the punter's head. That lost 30 yards for us right there. Estacado, 10 rushes for 63 yards and no fumbles, none lost. Fort Stockton, 5 out of 9 passing for 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. Estacado, 4 out of 8 passing for 63 yards and 1 touchdown. Return yardage, Fort Stockton, 2 returns for 35 yards, and Estacado, 1 return for 82 yards and a touchdown. We had 1 punt averaging 43 yards, Estacado 2 punts averaging 32. We had 2 penalties for 20 yards. Estacado has been called for no penalties tonight. So there's your stat sheet at halftime.
Well, it is, and again, we played very well, and probably ought to be tied or in the lead, but a couple of breaks here and there, and that's what we talked about. We can't turn it over. We've got to avoid the penalties, can't give up the big plays. We gave up 2 big plays, and then we had a really bad play on the punt. But you know what? We're going to come back. We get the ball to start the second half and get right back in it.
All right, we'll be back with more Panther football, and Darren's got some scores coming up.
Contessa Ready Mix is now open and ready to serve all your concrete needs. They also offer general construction, precast, material hauling, and sand and gravel. They're located at 2270 Gonzales Loop. For more information, call 432-290-4947. Contessa Ready Mix, owned and operated by Colby Terraces, serving Fort Stockton and the surrounding area.
Are your insurance rates too high? At Fort Stockton Insurance, you're not stuck. We can shop within our own carriers to find the best deals. Do you know that we do more than property and auto? We do life, commercial, farm, and specialty insurance. Do you want to run on the field with the Baylor Bears, have an Aerolite plane, or a vintage vehicle? We insure all of that. Need a bond or commercial insurance? We can help you there too. This is Pam at Fort Stockton Insurance. We're located at 901 West Dickinson, or give us a call at 336-8565.
This is Coach DJ Howell, Athletic Director and Head Football Coach at Fort Stockton ISD. On the field and in the classroom, success doesn't happen by accident. It starts with showing up, giving your best, and being prepared every single day. I want to recognize our parents, families, and community for always being in our corner. And a special thanks to the teachers and staff who put in the hard work that makes winning possible for our kids. Let's keep the momentum going and make this school year one to remember for every student, every team, in all of Fort Stockton.
Ram Country in Fort Stockton presents Warranty Forever, a warranty like no other, now covering every new Ram purchase from Fort Stockton's exclusive Ram dealer. No mileage limit, no year limit. Your new Ram is protected forever at no extra charge. Plus, Ram Country's warranty forever has no deductible and all parts and labor are covered. Log on to ramcountryfortstockton.com to shop online anytime. Then hurry to Ram Country and get your warranty forever at no extra charge.
When you need supplies in the oil field, the choice is clear. Choose Triple G Supply and Services in Fort Stockton. They have all the oil field supplies you need, including general oil field supplies, PVC pipe and fittings, hydraulic hoses, generators, safety equipment, household supplies, and much more. They also have roustabout services available. Triple G Supply and Services is right here in Fort Stockton at the west end of Dickinson at 1048 Crockett Avenue. Delivery is available to your location. Call 336-8284 Triple G Supply and Services. West Texas Eye Care is proud to introduce Dr. Camilla Lamb.
All right, we're back. We'll get back to West Texas Eye Care in just a moment. But, Darren, I believe you've got some scores from around the area in by-district playoff games all around.
We do. Some of these are from yesterday's action, but we'll go ahead and cover them all. These are all the playoffs. Canadian beat Muleshoe 72-14. Amarillo Palo Duro got a great team. They beat El Paso Hanks 56-7. Dalhart over Kermit 67-7. Canyon West Plains beat El Paso Irvin Rockets 85-0. We've got the Canyon Eagles over El Paso Esleda 66-13. Abilene High over El Paso Bel Air 84-25. Balmorhea beat Blackwell 56-8. Idalou over Dimmitt 49-7. Cisco over Cristobal 62-0. El Paso del Valle fell to Lubbock Cooper 45-42 in a close game. San Angelo Central beat El Paso Pebble Hills 24-14, and Lampasas beat Lakeview 52-14. Ropes over McCamey 76-6. Hawley beat Forsan 42-14. Wink over Sundown 40-12. Sonora lost to the Stanford Bulldogs 31-2. And Seminole beat Levelland 77-38. We had Shallowater over Brownfield 60-0. Stephenville over Pecos 56-7. And in games that were today, this one earlier in Andrews, Lubbock Liberty beat Monahans 49-0. Midland Greenwood beat Perryton 59-20. We had Whiteface over Garden City 58-36. Amarillo Tascosa is leading El Paso Parkland 77-13. Stinnett, West Texas, is leading Abernathy 43-14. We've got Abilene Cooper leading El Paso Chapin 35-27. That's halfway through the fourth quarter. We've got Canyon Randall beat El Paso Austin 49-0. We had the Wall Hawks. They were up 70-0 at halftime. They ended up winning 77-0. We've got Grand Falls. Grand Falls was trailing Bront early, 16-0, but now they're leading that game in the fourth quarter, 71-30. That's one I need to beat Jesse, so I'm happy with that. We've got Peaster over Sweetwater, 7-0 at halftime. Brownwood over Big Spring, 21-0 at halftime. We've got El Paso Eastwood, a very good Troopers team, leading Wolfworth Friendship 17-14 at halftime. We've got Midland Legacy leading El Paso Franklin 35-28 at halftime. Burnett over Andrews 21-7. That's at the end of the third quarter. Go Darren, bad Jesse. We've got Seagraves over Ariane 21-16. Another one that I picked that Jesse's got wrong to this point. So I just, just thought I'd throw that out there. I'll try to save those. Odessa Permian is leading El Paso Eastlake 39-7. We've got San Angelo Grape Creek 28, Crane 7 at halftime. Our score here, Lubbock Estacado 25, Fort Stockton 14 in a game that statistically we've really lead them, but we're going to come back and win this one. We've got Tahoka over El Dorado in the third quarter 15-7. Cahoma leading Alpine at halftime 54-0. El Paso Riverside is trailing Dumas. This is a game that was even early, but now Dumas is up 83-35. I can't believe all the 70 and 80 scores we're seeing tonight. Denver City leading Amarillo River Road 21-0. Anson leading Ozona 27-14. I'm not sure what happened to the great running back at Ozona, but Anson is winning that game. Ozona is one of the top teams in the state, and they're trailing. That's a 1-4 matchup. So, but Anson's one of those Abilene area schools that are always tough. Amarillo Sandy's leading El Paso El Dorado 42-7. And I don't have a score on Borden County and Rankin. So those are the scores I have. I do know that Panhandle defeated Post in another game of interest to mainly only me.
All right, Darren, thanks for those scores. We'll be back in just a moment with more of our Panther football game versus Estacado. Our BBT score right now, 25-14. Estacado in the lead at halftime. The kickoff of the second half coming up.
West Texas Eye Care is proud to introduce Dr. Camilla Lamb to their offices. Recently graduating from the Arizona College of Optometry and originally from eastern New Mexico and the Texas Panhandle. Dr. Lamb, along with Drs. Josh Pass and Brian Cherry, provide comprehensive eye care for patients of all ages. Remember, West Texas Eye Care has locations in Fort Stockton and Pecos, and now an office in Monahans, which is now open on Wednesdays. For more information, visit westtexaseyecare.com. West Texas Cinema shows the latest and best movies in Fort Stockton at Fort Stockton's Movie Theater next to the Convention Center at 2181 West Interstate 10. It's locally owned and family operated with shows every weekend with the freshest concessions. The theater is also available for rent for private conferences and meetings. Call for more information at 432-943-0131. Remember, there's a new movie premiere once a month. Check them out on Facebook or Instagram at West Texas Cinema. Pepito's Cafe in Fort Stockton is known far and wide for its great selection of authentic Mexican food and fabulous American food. They're open 7 days a week, 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Go by and sample Roy's Big Burger or any selection from the varied menu like tortas, tan pequeñas, shrimp cocktails. And they also have mango margaritas and strawberry margaritas. And they feature drive-through window service with breakfast served all day. And look for an expansion soon to serve their customers even better. Pepito's Cafe, 2014 West Dickinson. Call 336-2882.
Ready to refresh, renew, and radiate? At RA Radiance Med Spa, we're here to help you look and feel your best. From glowing skin with hydrofacial and classic facials to smoother texture with microneedling and dermaplaning, your skin transformation starts here. Boost your wellness with IV hydration, vitamin injections, and our medical weight loss program featuring semaglutide and tirzepatide. Plus, don't miss our CareVive scalp treatments with trusted Botox care. And great news, we're now open Monday through Friday. Call us today at 432-360-0248 or visit raradiancemedspa.com.
Airlawn Furniture is Fort Stockton's newest destination for furniture, appliances, mattresses, electronics, and more. They've been serving Pecos for over 30 years and look forward to doing the same for the lovely people of Fort Stockton. Enjoy free local delivery and installation, monthly specials, lease-to-own options with no credit needed. Visit them in-store at 1206 West Dickinson next to Lowe's or call 432-299-1181 or online at airlawnfurniture.com. Make the quality choice. Panther and Prowler fans, choose Airlawn. Se habla español.
All right, Darren, we are back, and of course, we are having some audio issues on KFST tonight. We're still on the air and sounding, okay, but we're not in our regular audio mode because we did a Windows update and it did not do us well. It was a terrible thing. So I'm going to have to figure that out.
That's twice that's happened.
I know. For information, if you want your computer to operate in the same manner as it did before, sometimes you don't want to do those Windows updates. But anyway, Darren, we are having a good broadcast on YouTube tonight. Everything seems normal on that side of our broadcast. So, if you want to go to youtube.com and search for KFST Radio, we've got a sort of a normal audio broadcast there. And we've got a picture of the scoreboard, video of the scoreboard going on. Now, the reason we're not carrying video of the ball game tonight is because it's playoffs and the UIL with NFHS. NFHS owns all of the football video rights in the entire state of Texas in every sport, and that's something that the UIL did, contracting with them. and it's been several years it's been that way, and so we cannot carry the video of the game tonight due to that. We're going to try to maybe affiliate with NFHS and have a hometown broadcast on there, but still viewers would have to have a subscription in order to view. So that's the catch on all that.
I do think we shouldn't probably plug our competitors, sort of, but I think the Tumbleweed is recording the game, and they may play it at a later date. Is that legal?
Yeah, I think so.
So
and they're not really our competitors. They're just complimentary. But there is another group out of San Angelo that is videoing the game tonight, carrying the video, but that's on NFHS. So you would have to have a subscription to that, which costs anywhere from $7 to $14 a month. So that's the deal on that.
And I talked to the guy, and he says it varies. He says some of these places, and he was having some trouble earlier with the Monahans game, they don't have the bandwidth, and so the
right.
game, a lot of times you pay for a game you want to watch, and it keeps freezing up.
Yeah, it's spooling all the time or freezing up. So, NFHS is not that great with that aspect of their subscription. And supposedly, you can carry, you can view games from all over the country, but the quality is pretty poor. Well, Darren, we're about to get this second half underway as the Panthers have made their way out onto the field. Lubbock Estacado has made their way out onto the field. And we are certainly in this game right now, 25-14. We're trailing Lubbock Estacado. That's your BBT score.
Well, I've got a question, ask. Ross Casillas says, do you feel they can pull this off? And I'm like, yes, I think we can maybe.
We can.
And he says, he's listening, he says the 1-yard turnover changed the momentum.
Yeah.
And, yes, YouTube is working great. And also my wife says that the broadcast is good on the radio. She always listens to the radio. She says it's different than the usual, but she can hear it.
All right. Well, we apologize for the audio problems. Again, we have some audio problems due to that Windows update that we did, but we're on YouTube and everything sounds great there, and we're still on radio and everything's sounding okay, but not up to normal. But here's the kickoff for Estacado, and it will be taken at the 13-yard line by the Panthers, and that is a good return. I believe Nicky Sotelo maybe. Is that Nicky?
It is, and I tell you,
oh my goodness, what was that? Man, I mean, Estacado waylaid one of our Panthers after the play. That's got to be unsportsmanlike conduct against Estacado. Wow.
Well, the wink first penalty on Estacado, but I mean that was blatant, and I think every official threw their flag and somebody even threw their headset across the field. So it was bad.
Man, that was a bad one, and I tell you, Estacado, yes, unsportsmanlike conduct against Estacado is the call. And so that will add to Nicky's great return. He had a return of 25 yards on that kickoff, and then we're going to add 15 yards from the 40-yard line. I tell you, I think the Panthers are fired up. Our coaches do a great job. And, we've added a really good passing game this year, Darren, to complement the running game. As we saw in the first half, we had a couple of plays. In fact, we had here are the touchdown plays that we had. Well, the passing plays, 18, 28, and both of those were for touchdowns, and 24 and 41. How about those big plays in the passing game?
Well, they are big plays, and I think not only does that put the ball out at midfield, I think that fired up the Panthers, and I think it's just going to make us play that much harder.
All right, well, let's see if the Panthers can answer the bell here. It's 1st and 10, the ball at our own 49-yard line. 3 receivers on the right, 1 on the left, and here is a big pass in the middle, caught by Nicky Sotelo at the 35 of Estacado, and he is still going down to the 25-yard line and 10 yards after the catch. And a great job by Nicky Sotelo. That's a 26-yard gain. A flag comes in after the play.
We had a late block by our receiver on one of their defensive backs.
Oh, no.
And I think that's going to be move it back 15 yards from the 20. So
that is an outstanding play brought to you by M&J Fast Lube. And that is a great play by Nicky, and also a great play by Jerry Diaz. I tell you, Jerry is passing the ball well. Now, unfortunately, we have a penalty on this play.
Yeah, I think that's going to move it back to maybe the 40-yard line.
Now, is it a dead ball or what?
I think it is. It should be a dead ball, so we should
It's a personal foul against the Panthers. That'll be a 15-yarder.
So I think it'll be 1st and 10 at the 40. And,
that was the first penalty on Estacado tonight. So, yeah, 1st and 10 back at the, 40, the 40-yard line.
So we do move the sticks. That is a Cactus Health first down. But, we were close to the red zone, and now that just makes it a little bit tougher. We don't want to fire up Estacado.
No, we don't. Okay, it's 1st and 10 Panthers. A good play, 26-yard play to Nicky Sotelo, then followed by a penalty, personal foul on Fort Stockton. We're at the 40-yard line of Estacado, 1st and 10. Here's a handoff, and that goes to Nick Almendares, and it's a good thing that Jerry did hand it off because he had an Estacado defender right in his face as he handed the ball off. And that's going to be a nice run for Nick Almendares, and it's going to be about 7, maybe 8. And they drove him backward after the forward progress.
Yeah, this is really a great drive. We're throwing the ball well, we're running the ball well, and, we just need to take this in, get our touchdown, and get back in this game.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 3 yards to go. The ball at the Estacado 33-yard line. We've got 3 receivers on the left side, 1 on the right. We'll have Jerry Diaz in the shotgun with Almendares, the running back, to his left. 2nd and 3 is the call, and here's Diaz taking the snap, lateral to Almendares, and Almendares is going to have a first down to the 26-yard line, and that'll be about a 6-yard pickup on that pass play. Good enough for a Cactus Health first down.
Well, really a nice job driving the ball down, and this is really how we started the game. Again, we had a couple of momentum breakers with the kickoff return and then the bad snap, but we're getting right back in it.
Nice job of our coaches to call some good plays here with some adjustments after halftime. Here's a fake handoff. Jerry will keep it, and, man, he probably should have handed the ball off to Nick that time, but he's still got 1 yard on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, no one really took Nick. They just really waited, and so not much of a gain there, but we've got an Estacado player, again, I think he's been out number 52, is slow to get up, and he's coming out of the game.
Yeah, they're sending in a sub for him as one of them goes out limping.
That's not a sub. That's a whole battleship. That guy's huge.
Yeah, he is big. Number 77 for Estacado, Vershaundrick Smith.
He's as big as his name.
Yes, it's a very long name. And you know what? There are 2 ends in a row in that one. It's 2nd and 9. All right, here is Diaz. He's going to have to throw it away. And again, Jerry has done a good job tonight of making good decisions on when to throw the ball away, and he does it again there. But obviously, we needed some yardage, but it's 3rd down and 9 now after an incomplete pass.
Well, it is. He does a nice job of keeping some space, keeping the ball up, ready to throw it away if he can't get loose. And when they had a couple of defenders bearing down, he just flipped it out of bounds down the line of scrimmage.
So it is now 3rd down and 9, the ball at the 25 of Estacado. We need a first down here. All right, Jerry Diaz in the shotgun. And he's going to pump fake a pass to Almendares in the flat. And now here's a pass into the end zone. Was it caught on the deflection? No, it bounced on the turf back up to was that 28?
28, yeah.
28 on the play, and that's Mason May. So the ball hit the turf and then bounced back up to Mason. That's why from behind it looked like he caught the ball, but he did not. And there is an Estacado player down on the field.
That's the second time he's left the game.
All right, 4th down and 9 coming up. And Estacado, that player is being helped up.
They've got 2 guys down. It looks like number 6 and number 4.
You're right. James Bozeman and Iverson McGuire. No, isn't it number 79?
And they've got 3. They've got number 6, number 4, and number 79 all leaving the field of play.
Kavondre Smith is one of those guys that is injured on the play. He's a sophomore. He's a big guy. Well, Darren, it all is going to come down to a 4th and 9 for the Panthers on this drive.
Well, it is, and I tell you, that was close. I thought he had caught it off the deflection. It's hard to tell because we're a long way from the field up here. But, yeah, I was watching through the field glasses, and I thought he had made a play on the ball and caught it, but he just got away from him.
So Kavondre Smith.
Field goal time.
Goes to the sideline. We're going to try a field goal. Wow. And this is from 32-yard line. It's a 42-yard field goal attempt with 9:07 to go on 4th and 9 here in the third quarter.
This would be one of the longest I remember from Fort Stockton.
Yeah, this would be a 42-yard field goal on 4th and 9. Here's a kick, and let's see.
No, just
it is
went
no
underneath.
good. It's just a little bit short. All right, so the field goal fails. We'll be back in just a moment.
Always a good time at Joe's Place Cantina, located in historic downtown behind the Community Theater at 216 West 1st. Joe's Place offers specialty cocktails, cold beer on tap, tacos, tortas, and more, served in 3 different areas, including a covered patio and backyard bars, while listening and dancing to a wide variety of music or watching the big game. Also karaoke nights on Thursdays. Joe's Place open Wednesdays from 8 to 12 and Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 1, with family time and happy hour only from 6 to 8 p.m. Be sure to look at their Facebook page for upcoming events and information.
All right, we're back now with more Panther football. Estacado takes over after a missed field goal. And here's the handoff for Estacado. And that's a pretty good run there by Gary Brooks, number 0. And I think he's got very close to first down yardage. It's about 9.5. So we'll call it 9 yards on first down. And it sets up a 2nd and 1 for the Matadors.
Yeah, this is more like a wishbone offense. I tell you, they've got a lot of running backs. They're not stacked in the wishbone, but they do have 3 running backs on a lot of these plays.
And now they come out in the spread formation, so they run a lot of different formations. It is 2nd and 1, 2 receivers on each side. Here's the fake handoff, and now the pass complete into the left flat for a first down. And that will be from the 34 all the way out to about the 42. And so that's an 8-yard pickup in the passing game for Estacado, and that's a first down.
We need to force a turnover. That's what really we need to force a turnover on this drive.
All right, first down and 10 for Estacado at their own 42. Shotgun. They'll hand it off. And I tell you what, the running back did a great job of evading those Panther tacklers. He just, weaved in the middle of the line there and got a big first down. That's a 14-yard run for a first down.
It is. I thought we had a big hit on him, but he was able to brush it off and get upfield.
All right, so now the Estacado Matadors are at the Panther 43-yard line. Everybody in tight, including a couple of receivers on the right side. And that's a sweep around the left side. Another first down for Estacado. Gary Brooks again on the carry. And that's going to be a 14, maybe a 15-yard gain for a first down.
You think it's some of the small things. That 15-yard penalty probably cost us a field goal, and the 15-yard penalty before the half gave them a field goal. So, we need to clean it up.
All right, first down and 10 for Estacado at the Panther 29-yard line. Looked like we had some momentum coming out of the locker room in the second half, but now Estacado has kind of taken that momentum away as they've got a good drive going. 2 receivers on each side, shotgun formation for the Matadors. And here's the handoff again up the middle, and the Panthers are having trouble stopping him at the line of scrimmage. He's gained 4 yards on that play, and it's going to be 2nd and 6.
Well, they got about 3 guys that probably weigh over 300 pounds. They've got some pretty big linemen up there that just keep leaning on you.
It's 2nd and about 6 now for Estacado at the Panther 25-yard line. We've got 7 minutes to go in the third period. It's Estacado 25, Fort Stockton 14. We scored both of our touchdowns early in the game and took a 14-0 lead. Since then, it's been all Estacado on the scoreboard. It's now 2nd and 6, shotgun, and here's the handoff that goes to, again, number 0. He is a really dynamic running back, a lot of speed. Gary Brooks down to the 13-yard line. And that's going to be a 12-yard pickup for another Estacado first down.
Well, he's small and very quick, and I tell you, he hits a crease, and he's really able to accelerate and dive forward. He's not very big, but he does a nice job of finding some open space and running through it.
And it has been all Brooks on this drive. First down and 10 for the Estacado Matadors at the Panther 13-yard line. 2 receivers on the right side, 1 on the left, and a slot man on the right. Quarterback with a long snap count this time, and he will hand it off again. And this time the Panthers will stop the running back, Brooks, I believe, there, back at the 14-yard line. May have lost a yard on that play, so it'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Really a nice job. The pursuit really didn't give him anywhere to cut, and I think number 55, Marcus, for Fort Stockton, made a solid tackle.
All right, great job by Roy Marcus on that play. 2nd down and 11 now for the Matadors at the Panther, 14-yard line. It's 2nd and 11. We've got 5:33 remaining in this third quarter. It's 25-14 Estacado. That's your BBT score. They're in the lead by 11, and we need some scoring to happen. We need a turnover perhaps right here. All right, here's a handoff. That's a good stop by that Panther defense. Really nice job. The first man to hit him, I believe, was Fabian Ramirez. And a good job, and that's no gain on the play.
Well, now we need to pick this off. I think we can get an interception. I think they're going to have to throw it here. I don't think they're going to run it on this play. Maybe a screen pass, maybe a slant, but we need to be ready, get our hands on the ball.
Loss of a yard on the play after a good tackle by Fabian Ramirez. It's 3rd down and 12 now for Estacado, taking a long time to get this play in, and substitutions coming in on 3rd and 12. The play clock is running down.
They're going to
call a timeout, I guess. All right, so a timeout on the field. Estacado with the 3rd and 12. We'll be back in a moment.
Looking for more ways to watch your favorite shows, sports, and movies? With BBT, it's simple. When you sign up for our Work and Play internet plan, you'll get a free Roku device and $10 in monthly streaming credits. Enjoy hundreds of channels, including popular Spanish-language favorites like Univision, Unimas, and Telemundo, all with reliable local internet you know and trust. Call 800-592-4781 or order online 24/7 at bigbend.com. BBT, reliable, local, and connected.
Alamo Tire and Auto Repair at 2709 West Dickinson now offers the $5 Club. If you can't afford to pay oil field prices, they've created the $5 Club, which allows average families to access affordable vehicle maintenance and repairs. Besides the deeply discounted rates and many no-charge services, the biggest value is a 25% discount on the posted shop labor rate. Call 432-242-7092.
We're back with more Panther football. Here's a flag coming in, and Estacado has a touchdown pass on the right side. However, there are flags all over the field here.
Well, we jumped and made contact, so it should be a 5-yard penalty and no play.
All right, so Estacado will get 5 yards out of it, and it will be a 3rd down and about 7 instead of 12, if that's the call.
It is. They did. And you know what? Now, from going to a passing down, they may throw the ball. I mean, they may run the ball and think, well, we got 2 down. So right here, I think I'd play the run and try to stop them and stuff them on this play.
All right, it's 3rd and 7. The ball is moved to the 10-yard line of Fort Stockton with 4:34 left in the third period. Estacado on top, 25-14. That's your BBT score. All right, here we go with Estacado. 4 wide receivers, 2 on each side. And the running back switches to the left side. Here's the quarterback back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line by the Panthers. And is that Diego Ramos? I'm not sure.
No, it's Alon Leyva, the linebacker, dropped back into coverage and was able to pick that off just inside the end zone. And then he ran it out to probably should have gone down with it. But really, what a great job by Leyva to stop that drive. He dropped back into the passing lane, picked it off, and took it out from inside the end zone to about the 11-yard line.
All right, intercepted right at the goal line by Leyva. So the Panthers do get the turnover they needed here, Darren, to stay in this game. Boy, that was a great stop. If Estacado had gone up by 3 scores, it would have been tough.
Well, it would have, but really, again, Fort Stockton playing tough. Alon Leyva, all of his brothers were great football players. Good to see him out there as a senior.
J. Rick Ward is the quarterback, and he is a freshman for Estacado. Throws an interception right there All right, it's 1st and 10 Panthers at the 11-yard line, maybe, about the 11, and 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Here's the handoff, and here is Nick Almendaris again.
Yes.
I believe it's Nick. He's got a first down run, 12, maybe 13 yards for Almendaris. Great run there, and that's an outstanding play brought to you by M&J Fast Lube. It's also a Cactus Health first down.
I think it's 14 yards. I think he got to the 25. So really a nice job as he is over 900 yards, I know, for the season, closing in hopefully on 950.
All right, 14-yard gain. Now it is 1st and 10, ball at the 25-yard line. 2 receivers on the left, 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Oh, it's a snap over the head of Jerry Diaz, and Diaz is going to have to get back on the ball way back at the 8-yard line for a big loss on this play. That'll be a 17-yard loss?
Man, that's really a tough deal. The only good thing, it was on first down, and we've got a chance to make it up. But I'll tell you, that's twice that it's really.
The high snaps, one on a punt, which resulted in an Estacado touchdown. They got it at the 1-yard line. Now here's a high snap that results in a 17-yard loss for the Panthers. Man, huge mistake, and we were on the move.
Yep.
And it's 2nd down and 27. 2 receivers on the left side, 1 on the right, 2 running backs. That's another high snap. And Jerry, it affected his timing, and he has to throw it away from throwing in the end zone. So it's an incomplete pass.
It really was. I tell you, messed up the timing, and we had 1st and 10 at the 25, and
got to get control of our high snaps tonight.
We really do, and that's thrown our offense off. And now, we got 2 downs to make a lot of yardage.
Well, it is 3rd down.
Oh.
No, we're not going to go for it on.
No, it's 2nd down, isn't it?
It's 3rd down.
Oh, that's right. That was the first down.
It's 3rd down and 27 for the Panthers, and we've got 3 receivers on the left.
Let's throw that 27-yard pass.
2 on the right. Oh, we've got 1 on the right. All right, and a running back in the backfield. Here's Jerry back to throw. And he is in danger. He throws it away, and look out. It is intercepted by Estacado on the sideline, and I believe he went out of bounds at the 23. So he stepped out of bounds, but that's an interception by Estacado on a play that Jerry just didn't quite get enough on it to throw it out of bounds. And so it's an interception by the Matadors, and they're going to get another chance at this. And, the high snaps have killed us on really 2 drives. Of course, a punt, I should say, a high snap on that gave Estacado a score. And now Fort Stockton makes another big mistake with a high snap, and it results in an interception because Jerry was under a lot of pressure.
Really is. And so, the other problem is when you get behind the sticks, they're just chasing the quarterback. They don't have to play,
right?
The run, and so it really did hurt us.
All right, 1st down and 10 for Estacado after their interception at the 22-yard line. And here's a wishbone formation. And here's Estacado running down the left side. And let's see, about a 4-yard pickup right there.
I think he lost his helmet, and he looks hurt, number 45. I thought they had a man in motion on that play. But there's going to be an injury. I think 45 is going out. They've had guys going out a lot tonight.
Yeah, we'll be back in just a moment with more Panther football. Buck's Lube Center is located at 310 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. They feature quick oil changes, multi-point vehicle checks, inspection stickers, and fuel filters for all vehicles, specializing in mobile oil but with Motorcraft also in stock. Buck's Lube Center is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. Remember, for reasonable prices and great service, it's Buck's Lube Center, 310 West Dickinson, Fort Stockton. They hope to serve you on every oil change. All right, Darren, we're back, and the Estacado Matador, who was injured, is making his way off the field limping with the help from a trainer. But it is now 2nd down and about 6 for Estacado. And after their interception of Jerry Diaz, that was our first turnover tonight. But, of course, you could almost count the high snap over the punter's head as a turnover, but it wasn't. It was just a play that gave them an easy touchdown. So, Darren, the long, kickoff return of 82 yards, and that one with the snap over the head, that's the difference in the ball game right now.
Well, it is, and we need to stop. They're going to try to run it, I think, a lot, run the clock.
All right, 2nd down and 7, wishbone formation, and this time the Panthers are right there, and he's going to, push the ball forward before he's down to the 15-yard line, so that'll be a gain of about 3 yards for the running back. It's 3rd down and 3 now for the Matadors.
He was down before he stuck that ball out, but anyway, They gave him the stretch.
They did.
And it's going to be a big 3rd down play, and they've just got everyone up. They've got a razzle-dazzle running deal. They're lined up in all kinds of positions.
Yeah. It's 3rd down and 3 now for Estacado. They line up in the wishbone again with the slot man lining up, right toward the center. And here's a handoff to number 5, and that is, DeMarie Traylor, okay? DeMarie Traylor has about a 2-yard pickup, and it's going to be
fourth down and very short.
4th down and about a yard for Estacado. So 1:38 to go in the 3rd quarter.
This is a big play. I think they're going to run it. I think we ought to go up and just sell all out on a run, just shoot every gap and see if we can stop them.
All right, 4th down and a yard. Wishbone formation again, same formation. It's a direct snap to the running back, and he stopped at the 13-yard line. This is going to be very close, Darren.
Well, it is. We'll see where they spot it.
I don't know if he made the 1st down or not, but if not, the Panthers would take over. Let's wait and see if they rule it a 1st down. Panthers are saying no, but we may have a measurement here.
Yeah, they're going to measure it, so it is. It's right at the 13, and it's going to be very close.
It's going to be very close. The football is just across the 12-yard line. The north end of the football is on the yard marker. All right.
I thought they moved it up about a football length, and I think that's going to get them the 1st down. I thought he was stopped about a football short of that.
Yeah, let's see.
It's going to be close.
It's going to be very close. All right, here's the stretch of the chain. Let's see. It is a 1st down just by the nose of the football.
Yeah, I thought, they moved it up about 6 inches, and I was like, that's going to be all he needs. But, it's a very close play one way or another. It's hard to spot those in all that traffic.
So they do bring in the chain for the measurement. Estacado gets the 1st down at the Panther 12-yard line. And now the playbook opens up here for Estacado.
Well, I think they're just, I don't think they're a great passing team. They throw it outside pretty well and try to hit that quick pass, but downfield, they haven't shown me much.
All right, 1st down and 10, ball at the 12-yard line. They do have that freshman quarterback, though, Darren. J. Rick Ward is a freshman. It's 1st down and 10. Again, at the 12-yard line, Estacado has 2 receivers on each side, and they get out of that wishbone formation. They were in the wishbone for, 3 or 4 straight plays. And now, is there a timeout on the field?
Coach is unhappy about something.
I believe there's a timeout on the field. Maybe, I don't know how much time was left on the play clock, but we've got a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment.
Do you know where you can get a great lunch special for a very affordable price? At Bienvenido's Mexican food restaurant, of course. Their lunch special is served Monday through Friday during lunchtime. Monday is the grilled chicken salad. Tuesday it's the taco plate. Wednesday it's Bienvenido's nachos. Thursday it's the hamburger basket. And Friday it's the enchilada plate. You can come by Monday through Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. for a delicious Mexican-style breakfast. Bienvenido's open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 405 West Dickinson. Amistad Motors in Fort Stockton specializes in the sales and service of new and pre-owned vehicles. They deal in sport utility vehicles, cars, convertibles, sedans, wagons, and minivans. The dealership service department caters to the basic service needs of vehicles and stocks genuine parts and accessories. They also have a finance department that offers assistance with payment calculations and a variety of financing and leasing options. Amistad Motors, located at 2110 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton.
All right, we're back, and here is Estacado, and that would be a direct snap to one of their running backs and in the wishbone, and It's about a 5-yard pickup for Estacado here. After their first down run of about a yard a moment ago, it's now 2nd and a long 5 for Estacado. 40 seconds left in the third period.
Yeah, Coach Howell was really unhappy about something, and I think we called timeout, and he was discussing.
Well, it's a 4-yard pickup, 2nd and 6. Excuse me. We've got another timeout, do we not? On the field. So we'll be back in just a moment with more Panther football.
This is Dakota Live Safe for the Pecos County State Bank. In West Texas, integrity is a way of life. We stand by our friends. We are true to our word. Easy or hard, we do the right thing. At Pecos County State Bank, you will find honest, hardworking, friendly people you can trust. You will find integrity, a West Texas institution since 1928. The Pecos County State Bank, all the bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Stuck in a state of falling behind? Struggling to keep up with your kids, finances, insurance? Then let State Farm Automobile Insurance Company help you simplify and get to a better state. Because I, Kessie Ledesma, your local State Farm agent, can handle your auto, home, and life insurance, so you'll have more time for everything else. Call me today at 432-336-8575 and get to a better state with State Farm.
All right, we're back with more Panther football on a 2nd and 6 for the Matadors. They've got the ball at the Panther 8-yard line. And here's a quick pass out to the flat, to the right flat, and a good defensive play by the Panthers. I believe that was Jordan Ovetta with the tackle. And now there's is that a Panther down on the field or an Estacado Matador?
That's an Estacado Matador, and that probably will be the last play of this third quarter. But I tell you, they've had a guy drop. I bet we've seen one guy leave 2 or 3 times, and maybe 10 players total.
Yeah, and that's number 14, Dontavius Bass, who is down on the field. In fact, he gained nothing on that play.
I think he hurt his gills.
Oh, he did?
The Bass.
Oh, yes.
Yes. We talked about that earlier.
Yeah, I forgot. 3rd down and 5, and now it's Bass walking back onto the sideline under his own power. And we've got 16 seconds left in the third period. Estacado is leading 25-14, and I'm sure, Darren, they see this as a critical offensive possession for them. They need to score to take Fort Stockton a little bit further out of this ball game.
Well, they do. And
wishbone. Here we go with the wishbone formation once again by the Matadors. It's a direct snap to a running back, and that is a good defensive play by the Panthers. And no, I don't think we got a fumble, but they're down at the 6-yard line, so it is short of the first down. They gained about a yard on the play is all.
And that'll be the end of the third quarter.
Yep, that's the end of the third. We'll be back. Fourth quarter coming up. It's Estacado still leading 25-14. That's your BBT scoreboard. Back in a moment.
The Steakhouse Restaurant announces the addition of a very affordable express lunch, served Monday through Friday from 11 to 2, priced at only $7.99. It's fast and affordable with perfect portions. The lunch choices include 2 cheese enchiladas with rice and beans, 2 beef tacos with rice and beans, 2 chicken flautas with rice and beans, half a quesadilla, beef or chicken with rice and beans, a chicken breast with long green chili, rice and cucumber salad, or a half chicken fried steak with mashed potatoes and cucumber salad. Come by, sample the express lunch at the Steakhouse, 1100 West Dickinson. The First National Bank of Fort Stockton offers rock-solid banking services with a friendly staff and offers extended lobby hours. They're a full-service bank, and it's locally owned and operated, and they appreciate your business. First National Bank of Fort Stockton also operates Brave National Bank in Iran. The First National Bank is proud to support the Fort Stockton Panther and Prowler athletic teams in all their competition and say, go Panthers and Prowlers. The friendly First National Bank of Fort Stockton, 1000 West Dickinson, member FDIC.
All right, we're back with more Panther football, and Estacado knocking on the door as we start the fourth quarter. But, Darren, it is 4th down and about 4th and 4 for the Matadors.
And another field goal attempt.
All right, a field goal attempt would put them up by 2 touchdowns. This is a 23-yard attempt. Tee is placed down at the 13-yard line, and here is the
blocked.
kick. It is blocked by the Panthers, and the Panthers, they fumbled the ball after that, and maybe they tried to lateral it, but the Panthers are going to have the ball after a blocked field goal attempt.
Really a nice job again. You know, we've picked them off in the end zone. Now we block a field goal, so really a great job by the Panthers. And there is a Panther down on the play. Yeah, they tried to flip the ball at the last second. I'm not sure they could have advanced that blocked field goal.
All right, so Estacado still leading this game, however, 25-14 over Fort Stockton. And we've got 11:50 to go in the game. There is a player down. We'll be back in just a moment.
Sawyer Insurance Agency has 4 locations in West Texas to serve you, including 706 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton and 1502 South Stockton Avenue in Monahans, with offices in Midland and Lubbock. They offer the most complete line of commercial and personal insurance, from workers' comp, general liability, business and personal auto, commercial property, equipment, oil and gas, farm and ranch, and home insurance. Contact Clyde, Nathan, or Travis Sawyer today by calling 336-7543 or 943-9600. Hernandez Sanitation in Fort Stockton proudly serves a large portion of West Texas with sanitation services, including the oil field for portable toilets, holding tanks, septic tank service, grease trap service, or large roll-off trash containers. Contact Hernandez Sanitation today by calling owner and operator Joe Angel Hernandez at 432-336-3803. Hernandez Sanitation, a proud member of the Fort Stockton community, always supporting all the athletic and extracurricular activities in Fort Stockton schools.
Your dreams are what power our community. When it comes to buying a home, starting a business, or tools to help with everyday money management, Citibank is a proud community leader for your financial needs. From personal checking and lending solutions to mobile banking and a suite of business services, our goal is to help you achieve yours. Citibank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, Darren, I believe we have Roy Marquez down on the field right now with an injury, and, man, we hope he's okay. He's suffered some injuries in the last few weeks and was coming back into the lineup tonight. Of course, I think he came back the previous week.
He's played, and he's a good two-way starter. He's played a lot of snaps on both sides of the ball, and
he's a good player.
Yeah.
So here
he's limping off
a little bit with the help of a couple of trainers, but he is under his own power. Looks like he's got a brace on that left ankle. But at any rate, the Panthers, what is it, second down? No, it's 1st and 10.
No, it's going to be, we blocked the field goal, and, you know, now we're going to be, I think we're going to score on this drive. You know,
well,
I think we're going to score, and then we'll see who wants it more at the end of the fourth quarter. But I like last year they beat us pretty soundly, and we've really gotten tougher and tougher.
All right, 1st down and 10, 3 receivers on the right side, 1 on the left. And Jerry Diaz in the shotgun for the Panthers. Nick Almondad is still in the game at running back. And here's the handoff to Nick. And Nick is going to cut it outside and then cut it back in. That's a nice run. Nick got the edge that time, got about an 8-yard pickup.
Well, he did a nice job, and, you know, that's what we need. Get ahead of the sticks on 1st down, and then we can throw it, run it. You know, we got a lot of options now to open up the playbook.
You know, we've got to have 2 touchdowns. We've got to have, we're down by 11 points. So it's 2nd and 2 for the Panthers, the ball at the 28-yard line. And we've not scored since the first quarter. That's a pass that was almost picked off. Milton Doss was right in the way of that pass and almost had it in his hands.
Well, he's kind of a defensive end stand-up linebacker, and that time instead of coming after the quarterback, he backed off into that zone and really did a nice job. You don't expect the defensive lineman to drop that far over, but he did.
All right, 3rd down and 2. And here's the handoff again to Nick Almondadis. He's got a cutback run for a 1st down out to the 35-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7 for Almondadis, and a 1st down brought to you by Cactus Health. Outstanding play brought to you by M&J Fast Lube. 7-yard pickup. And now Panthers really have not had the ball as much as we would like in this second half, Darren.
Well, we started off, had a good drive, and ended with kind of a penalty and a missed field goal.
All right, first down and 10, ball at the 35. And here's Jerry back to throw. He's got a completed pass. And that is good for 8 or 9 yards. Number 10 on the pass play, Angel Lujan. And that's a pickup of at least 8 on that play.
Really a nice job, and I like this. Get 8 or 9 yards. Then you can throw it deep. You can run it, do whatever you want.
9-yard pickup, 2nd and 1 for the Panthers at their own 44. And here's the handoff, and this goes to Almendares. He's got another first down. He's in Estacado territory at the 47-yard line. And that's going to be a 9-yard pickup for Almendares, and he's having a good night. And that's another first down for the Panthers, brought to you by Cactus Health.
Well, it is, and I tell you, Fort Stockton has really been tough tonight. I think we've been maybe not the faster team, but I think we've been the tougher team.
Well, and the mistakes have killed us tonight, obviously. It's 1st and 10. We're down by 11, and we're going to see if we can score here. Almendares trying to find anything right there, as that was bottled up on Fort Stockton's right side, and Estacado will stop that for either no gain or maybe a yard.
Yeah, it's going to be very was that 1st and 10?
That was 1st and 10, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we need a little more on first down than that.
Yeah, it's 2nd and 10 now, as that was no gain on the play. We're at the Estacado 48-yard line. The Panthers looking toward the sideline for the play with 9:28 to go in the ball game now. And we're down by 11, 25-14 to the Matadors. 2 receivers on the right, 2 on the left. Nick switches sides from the quarterback. Here's Jerry back to throw, and he didn't have anybody open. Now he throws it, and it is caught on a comeback play by Michael John Patino, I believe, and forward progress is going to be 9 yards for Patino.
Really nice job to come back and get that. Jerry to get away from the rush. And I see Marcus is back in there at left tackle.
8-yard pickups. It's 3rd down and 2. Here is, nope, there's a flag coming in. We may have jumped the gun here. I'm not sure if I think they're going to rule a false start on the Panthers. Let's see. Well, we have not seen it yet. There's a timeout on the field.
They must have called timeout before we snapped that.
Maybe so. All right, we'll be back in a moment with more Panther football.
United Country Real Estate is your top real estate agency in the Trans-Pecos. Serving Pecos, Reeves, Ward, Terrell, Brewster, and Presidio counties, you'll find fabulous listings for West Texas homes, ranches, commercial property, and hunting land. Serving all surrounding area towns and communities. Visit their website today at ucre-wtx.com to view their listings. Also ask them about property management. Located at 1032 North Highway 285 in Fort Stockton, also with an office in Pecos. Call United Country today at 432-336-1111.
All right, Darren, we're back with more Panther football, and we've got a very important 3rd and 2. Estacado, I believe, just used their last timeout. Is that right?
I believe that's right. We have 2 left, and I think they're out of timeouts.
8:47 left in the game, 3rd and 2. Here's a handoff to Almendares. He's breaking free down to the 20, 15, 10. He's at the 7-yard line. And a big gain of 33 yards for Nick Almendares on a first down run. Outstanding play brought to you by M&J Fast Lube.
Well, one time we had 1st and goal at the 4, and that was not getting that in really hurt. So we need to finish this drive. I think we will. I tell you, we look like the fresher team right now.
All right, 1st and goal now at the 6-yard line for the Panthers. We come up quickly. Here's Jerry Diaz. He's going to run it himself. He is tripped up at about the 3-yard line. They're going to mark him at the 4. And so not much gained on the play, a couple of yards. And it is going to be 2nd and goal at the 4.
And looking ahead, we may go for 2, so a field goal would tie it.
All right, it is now 2nd down and goal at the 4-yard line for the Panthers.
He didn't get a very good spot.
No, he didn't. And it's 3 receivers on the left side, 1 on the right. Here is a fake handoff. Now Jerry is going to take it around the left side. He throws it at the last moment as he's about to be tackled, and it is incomplete. And again, he was throwing the ball away and just about to be tackled. And it's 3rd and goal at the 4. And Estacado, I have to say, they've been pretty tough inside the 10-yard line.
Well, I thought on that particular play, They thought Jerry was running, and they were holding number 6 in the end zone for the longest time. They may have let him go before he passed it, but anyway, this is a big third down.
This is 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. And, you know, we've got 2 downs to make it, I would say.
Well,
unless I don't know if we try to kick a field goal.
We're going to call timeout.
Timeout on the field, and that's next to our last timeout. We'll be back in just a moment.
Attention, Fort Stockton. The deal you've been waiting for is here at K-Bob Steakhouse. It's the 2 for $20 special. Pick your starter. How about the famous chips and queso or crispy fried pickles? Then pair it with an entree like the savory Philly sandwich, southern catfish platter, or juicy chicken strips. Every entree comes with a side, baked potato, golden fries, or fresh green beans, all for $20. Hurry into K-Bob Steakhouse in Fort Stockton for the deal that's big on flavor but easy on your wallet. See y'all soon.
Well, Darren, we have a very critical play coming up here on 3rd down and goal from the 4-yard line. And obviously the Panthers really need to punch this in.
Well, I think we're going to pass it. I think they're selling out to stop the run. They're bringing everyone.
Yep.
I think we can slip someone in behind them. And I just think this is, going to be a play-action pass for a touchdown.
Yeah, and one of the things also, Darren, is they've been keeping a great eye on Jerry Diaz on the run. So it's 3rd and goal from the 4. Panthers 2 receivers on each side. Nick Almendares bounces off a lineman in the interior, and he's brought down for a loss on the play. And it's back to the 5-yard line. This near side official has him marked at the 6.
They're saying he fumbled, but no, they're saying it's 4th down. Estacado said they had the ball, but he was already down. So it's going to be 4th and goal from the 5-yard line.
Loss of 2 on the play, back to the 6-yard line. And here we are now at 4th down and goal.
And we're going to try another field goal.
Are we? Okay, another field goal tried here. This would put us up down by 8 points. And then we would be hoping for a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Well, we're going to have to call timeout.
All right, a timeout on the play. We'll be back with more Panther football.
Heritage Funeral Home in Fort Stockton is here to serve you and your family in times of need. Remember, not only is everybody somebody in Fort Stockton, Texas, but everybody is treated like family at Heritage Funeral Home. When they receive your loved one into their care, you can be sure that they will honor your family's heritage. Call Heritage Funeral Home at 432-336-3939 or go by 301 North Main Street and allow them to help you pre-plan your or your family's final farewell.
And we're back with more Panther football. We've got a 4th down and goal from the 6. And it looks like we're going to continue to go for the field goal here, maybe.
Well, we're 0 for 2. Just missed them both. But,
yeah,
3's a charm.
This will be a 23-yard attempt from the 13-yard line on 4th and goal from the 6. Panthers with 7:06 left in the ball game. Here's the kick by Diego Ramos, and this one is good. So the Panthers are down now 25-17 to the Estacado Matadors, and we'll be back in just a moment with more Panther football.
Need a quick, efficient oil change? M&J Fast Lube at 116 West Dickinson is here to serve you. Martina and Julia Ibarra invite you to stop by. They have great service, and they offer auto oil and lube services with the top major oil brands and vehicle washing and cleaning. Or you can get your vehicle completely detailed. It'll look like you just bought it. That's M&J Fast Lube, 116 West Dickinson, supporting Panther and Prowler sports. Go Blue! M&J Trucking in Fort Stockton is proud to be a sponsor of Panther and Prowler Sports. M&J Trucking offers 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week service. Call today for information at 336-8866. M&J Trucking, located at 3300 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. Proud supporters of the Fort Stockton Panthers and Prowlers.
We're back with more Panther football. Here's the kickoff by Diego Ramos after he just made a 24-yard field goal. And that one bounces, and I tell you what, that was close to being recovered by the Panthers, but they pick it up. And now they're racing down that sideline, and a missed tackle. He broke a tackle, and here comes Estacado with another kickoff return. and this is going to be a touchdown for Estacado.
Wow, I tell you, he just let it sit there and bounce, and we kind of let up. And then he picked it up and took off and broke a tackle and scored.
And that is about an 88-yard return. That is the second kickoff return for a touchdown for Estacado tonight.
Well, that's
a killer.
Yeah, we had a great chance, but I don't know why we slowed down. I guess he looked like, I'm just going to let it, a fair catch or something, and I think everyone got confused. And the next thing you know, he's running for a touchdown.
Well, he's a tough return guy. He broke a tackle there, and he's fast. And Estacado had a great return there, and it's now 31-17 Estacado.
Well, we're going to look back. But the kickoff returns, the high on the punt, but really twice being inside the 5-yard line and only getting 3 points, that really hurt.
They are showing that they're going for 2 points again. With a wishbone formation. They switch the heavy side of the formation back to the left side, and here's the snap. And this is going to be a 2-point conversion, which fails, and so it will remain 31-17. Estacado is up by 14 points with 6:48 to go in the game. We'll be back in just a moment. That's your BBT scoreboard, 31-17. Fort Stockton is trailing in this game in the fourth period.
Julie's Easy Press Cleaners is ready to serve you with all your laundry cleaning needs. From drop-off to pickup, you'll enjoy not having to do the washing, drying, or pressing. It's done for you. Whether it's a party, office meeting, or lunch with friends, show up dressed for success, because at Julie's Easy Press, they know that when you look good, you feel good. Julie's Easy Press, 1101 Front Street. Call 336-6601. Weiss Tire is now Weiss Tire Pros, the same trusted family-owned business you know and love. They're thrilled to continue serving Fort Stockton and West Texas like they have for over 35 years now. Weiss Tire Pros is your one-stop shop for the best deals on tires and fast automotive services. No matter what you drive or where you've driven, they have a tire to fit your needs. Visit the store today at 701 West Dickinson in Fort Stockton. Weiss Tire Pros. Love the drive.
Now we're back for the kickoff by Lubbock Estacado after they score a touchdown on a kickoff return of about 88 yards. And here's the kickoff by the Matadors. And it's going to be taken at the 13-yard line by the Panthers. And that's a nice return by Fort Stockton. And is it Sotelo, Nicky? And he's all the way out to about the 46-yard line. Is it Nicky or Jaden?
It was Nicky Sotelo. Yeah. A nice return.
Yeah, beautiful.
Not quite 80 yards.
No.
But, and we need a quick score. And we need to score a touchdown and then get the ball back, either onside kick or get a stop. But we're out of timeouts. And there's 6.5 minutes left.
About a 35-yard return by Nicky Sotelo. And we're at the 45-yard line with 6:38 to go, and we're down by 14, 31-17.
What a battle I tell you, we really battled.
Yeah, but it's too many mistakes, and we have not been able to score in the red zone tonight 2 or 3 times. And here is a pass that's incomplete, intended for Michael John Patino, and it's incomplete. And it will bring up 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. 6:33 left in the fourth period. We're down by 14, 31-17. That's your BBT scoreboard.
Well, it is. And we need a touchdown on this drive. I mean, we really can't afford not to score on this drive.
That is right. All right, 2nd down and 10, ball at the 45. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. Here's Jerry back to throw. And good coverage by Estacado, and we've got a pass in the middle. Ooh. It is dropped by Patino there, and that would have been a first down, I believe, but it's dropped, and that's going to bring up now a 3rd and 10, and that ball was put right where it needed to be.
Yeah, it was just across midfield. It was going to be probably about an 8-yard gain unless he was able to run after the catch, but still, it was a ball that has to be caught. We need plays.
All right, 3rd down and 10 now. Ball at the 45. Jerry has passed the ball well tonight. He did have 1 intercepted when he was under a lot of pressure right along the sideline. It is 3rd and 10. Here's Jerry, and it's a high throw, and it's incomplete, intended for Mason May there.
That was Angel Lujan, number 10.
You're right.
It went through his hands also. It was another ball that was catchable. It was going to be a tough one. It was a high fastball. But now it's 4th and 10, and we've got to pick this up.
Yeah, we gotta go for it, and it's 4th down and 10. Estacado up by 14. Now 6:20 to go in the ball game, and Fort Stockton has 3 receivers here on the short side of the field and 1 on the far side. And here's Jerry Diaz. He's going to pick it up and run, and it's intercepted by Lubbock Estacado by Radon Sanders, and Sanders will pretty much they might have sealed the victory with that interception right there.
Well, he was in no man's land. He was about a step away from crossing the line of scrimmage, trying to decide whether to run for 10, which I don't think he would have made it, or pass it. And he pulled it. He threw the ball, and just good play by Estacado to pick it off.
All right, so 36-yard line is where they will take over, 1st and 10 for Matadors. And all they have to do is try to run a lot of clock the rest of the time off this clock tonight. 6:11 to go, and I think both teams are out of timeouts.
Yeah, I think they'll run. They run the ball a lot anyway, and I expect them to run it quite a bit right here.
Okay, they've got 2 receivers on the left, 1 on the right, shotgun, and Fort Stockton really got a great jump on defense right there, and the Panthers on defense are really trying to stop Estacado right here. That was no gain on that play. That was a nice defensive play.
You know, they really do. The guy right close to the center does a great job. When that ball moves, he shoots out of there.
Yeah.
And he's done it all night, and, several times it's disrupted their running game.
So 2nd down and 10, ball at the 36-yard line. Estacado comes back up to the line of scrimmage with a 2-touchdown lead, 31-17 over the Panthers. And I believe Estacado was what kind of a favorite were they, 15?
15.
2nd and 10. And here's a handoff and another good defensive play and a good open field tackle by the Panthers. And the tackler was Jordan Olvera, and he stops that running back there for a loss of a yard on the play. Good play by Olvera.
I don't expect them, if they throw it here, it's going to be a quick pass. I think I would, I would jump up and try to jump that quick passing game. And they may try to throw a screen, may just run it and try to run the clock.
3rd down and 11, ball at the 35-yard line. 2 receivers on each side. 1 running back and the quarterback in the shotgun. Here's the fake handoff. Now the quarterback to throw. He's got a completed pass for a 1st down. And I believe there's a fumble, and the Panthers have recovered at the 46-yard line.
Yes, Diego Ramos stripped the ball from number 14 and then fell on it. So what a play by Diego to come up, and I tell you, he just ripped the ball out of his arms and then jumped on it. So really, he got the double play.
Well, it was a 17-yard gain, and it was a 1st down for Estacado, but the receiver had the ball knocked out, and the Panthers recover, and that's a great defensive play.
Well, it is, and so we're almost right back where we started.
That's a M&J Fastlube outstanding play right there. All right, 1st and 10 for the Panthers, ball at the 46. Here's a quarterback back to throw, and now he's going to get out of that pocket. He's going to run, slide for the 1st down at the 39-yard line, and it will be a pickup of 12 yards for Jerry Diaz.
Well, they'll mark him at the 41 where he started his slide, but still great run by Jerry.
And that's a 1st down brought to you by Cactus Health. Ball at the Estacado 41. We need a big play. Here's the handoff, and this is to Nick Almendares, and Almendares elects not to go out of bounds. He elects to keep going. Great run by Nick Almendares, and I'm sure he's getting very close to that 1,000-yard mark for the season. That's about a 14-yard gain for Almendares right there, and another 1st down brought to you by Cactus Health, and the outstanding play by M&J Fastlube.
It is. Touchdown onside kick and another touchdown for the win.
1st and 10, ball at the 27. It's a short run there by Almendares. It'll be a 3-yard pickup. And so it'll bring up a 2nd and 7 with 4 minutes now left in the game. We've got to have 2 touchdowns and 2 extra points to tie it.
We didn't substitute, so we need to hurry and snap it. And they didn't get their men off, so this is a free play.
Here's Jerry, and that's intercepted at the 1-yard line by Estacado, and they'll be running it back down the right sideline. They will slide down at the 38. However, there's a flag in the backfield. There's also an Estacado player injured.
Well, see, what happened was their guy did not get off the field, so we had a free play because they had 12 men on the field. We didn't substitute. They tried to substitute, so it's going to be a 5-yard penalty on Estacado.
I don't know what that was all about. The injured player just popped up and then goes back in, so I don't know if that was really an injury or not.
Yeah,
But here the officials are in a huddle out in the middle of the field talking about this call.
Well, it's an obvious call. They had 12 men on the field.
Yeah, it's an illegal participation by Estacado, and it was a free play for Jerry. And so what is that, a 5-yard penalty or 10?
I'm not sure.
I think it's a 5-yarder. Yeah.
There ought to be a 10-yard penalty for bad acting. When you play like you're injured and then you jump up, you kind of miss it there. You're supposed to let someone at least help you up.
Yeah. Okay, 2nd down and 2. 3 receivers on the left, 1 on the right. All right, here's the handoff, and it goes to Almendares. He's going to try to cut it back. They cut him off on that on the corner, trying to go around the right side, and they've got some fast guys, pretty good pursuers. And Nick tried to cut it back in. He got a little bit of yardage, maybe a yard on the play.
And they have guys go down every play.
Yeah.
Sometimes they pop. I bet they've had guys that I don't know if they're injured because they're back in the lineup on the next play.
And I'm not sure what's going on here because, there's an injury on the field, okay? So we'll take a quick break. We'll be back in a moment.
The trusted name in Fort Stockton and the surrounding area for construction projects of all kinds is Jones Leasing Incorporated, owned and operated by Ross Jones since 1994 for construction jobs, including remodeling projects and roofing, including hail damage, maintenance and repair, painting, and much more. It's Jones Leasing, a fully insured local company with offices at the Hodges Building in Fort Stockton across from City Hall. Call Ross Jones today for a free estimate at 432-290-7171. Designer Carpets and Interiors has become known in Fort Stockton as the remodeling experts. They will be glad to put together a free estimate on just about any remodeling project, always keeping in mind your budget. They also can help with ideas and designs for your project to upgrade your home and add to its value. They also have all types of the latest and most modern flooring, including carpet, tile, hardwood, laminates, custom cabinetry, countertops, and much more. Call Designer Carpets and Interiors today at 336-6591.
All right, Darren, that was Vershandrick Smith who was injured for Estacado, and he walks off under his own power. It is now 3rd down and 2 for the Panthers at the Estacado 19-yard line. We're in the red zone, and it's 3:25 to go in the game. The clock has started again, and we're trailing by 14. We got to have 2 touchdowns, 2 extra points. All right, here's the handoff. Goes to Almendares, and he does not have much. Down to the 19-yard line. In fact, I don't think he gained anything on that play.
I think he made about half a yard, but we needed 2.
4th down and 2 now for Fort Stockton. And we have really had trouble down in the red zone against Estacado tonight. They've stopped at least 2 touchdown drives that we could have had, and maybe 3.
Well, they've got some really big guys, and they're hard to push.
Yeah.
When they're all stacked in there.
4th down and 2, and here's Diaz, and he is going to take off. He found an opening there, and I tell you, he may have started his slide too soon. I believe he did. And
he messed up. He should have dove forward, and then he would have had it easily. But I'm afraid he took that slide, and he's not going to get a good spot.
And Jerry Diaz will go off the field. He's limping a little bit, but Darren, he started that slide too soon, and it's going to turn over on downs to Estacado as we gained only 1 yard on that play.
Yeah, had he just fallen forward, he would have had the first down by about a yard, but instead they mark it all the way back where the ball is when you start your slide, and so instead of easily making it, we end up a yard short.
All right, it's 1st and 10 for Estacado. The Panthers fail again in the red zone. That's 3 or 4 times we failed in the red zone tonight, and that's been such a huge factor in tonight's game, that and our mistakes.
Well, I think Estacado's played us to run in the red zone, and I think we've played into their hands too much because they're really big in the middle.
Yeah.
And hard to get out of there, and there's just not much room to run.
Okay, 1st down and 10, Estacado at their own 18-yard line, I believe, with 2:37 left, and we cannot stop the clock. There's a penalty on the play. It's against Estacado.
I think the delay of game, and I'm going to say the over and under on Estacado having at least 2 more injuries before the end of the half is, I've never seen a team have so many players that not only injure so easily, but they recover so quickly. It's unbelievable.
1st down and 15 back at the 13-yard line now. No, yeah, it is the 13. All right, 2 receivers on each side. The quarterback in the shotgun will hand it off, and a little stutter step by the running back, and he'll gain about 3 yards on the carry, and it will bring up 2nd and 12.
Well, we need a stop, and they'll let it run down to the 2-minute warning.
Nobody can stop the clock here.
Nobody can stop the clock.
Out of timeouts. Everybody is out of timeouts, and it's 2nd down and 11. We're in Andrews tonight with our by-district game tonight, and Seminole advanced to play Glen Rose, and that will be, I believe, Friday night in Sweetwater of next week. And let's see, who else has advanced? Greenwood has advanced.
Yes.
But the 2nd and 3rd place teams looks like they're going to be eliminated tonight. All right, there's a timeout. I don't know why.
3rd and 4th place teams.
Oh, it's the 2-minute timeout.
Yes, 3rd and 4th place teams get beat.
Correct. Yeah, we'll be back in just a moment.
Permian Basin Abstract Company has the experts ready to help everyone with their real estate closings at 600 West Dickinson. With locations in Andrews, Seminole, Pecos, and Fort Stockton, they have complete real estate records, including every record filed in Pecos, Reeves, Loving, Gaines, and Andrews counties, along with mineral records. They welcome landmen and surveyors for research. Great customer service is their #1 goal at Permian Basin Abstract. Open Monday through Friday and during the lunch hour from 8 a.m. till 5 p.m. At the corner of Dickinson and the Monahans Highway in Fort Stockton, call 336-3301. Have you tried the delicious Jalisco-style Mexican food at the Guadalajara?
All right, we're back with a 2nd down and 11 for Estacado after the 2-minute timeout. Estacado now has 2 receivers on each side, and that is a very long run potential saving tackle right there by the Panthers. Let's see, who was that?
Fabian Ramirez, I believe, number 4, made that tackle. Shoestring tackle.
Well, it was a nice play defensively because Estacado had a big head of steam on that run. It's 3rd down and 7 now after about a 3-yard pickup.
If we can stop them here, I bet we could block a punt.
And Estacado just lets the time expire. I mean, not expire completely, but I'm talking about the play clock.
Oh, yes.
Now they're running almost all the time they can off the play clock. Here's the handoff, and this is a nice play by the Panther defense. Can we stop this very elusive running back, Gary Brooks? That guy's been really quick tonight. He's a small guy, and now Brooks is down. Or do we have? Or is it Fort Stockton that has a player down?
One of our players.
One of our players is down right now on the field, and a loss on the play. It's going to be a loss of about 9 on that tackle, and it will be 4th down rather, and about 16. And we'll take a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment.
Have you tried the delicious Jalisco-style Mexican food at the Guadalajara Mexican Grill recently? Their food and service is fast and top-notch. Plus, they're now offering some additions to their huge menu, including the carnitas plate and the fantastic molcajete with beef, chicken, and shrimp. They also now have delicious chicken wings spiced with mango, habanero, buffalo, or barbecue. Top it off with your favorite adult beverages and drinks and desserts. They also have daily specials, and you can dine in or call in orders at 336-6600. The Guadalajara Mexican Grill, 200 East 19th on the Imperial Highway.
All right, Darren, we are back. We had an injury for Fort Stockton down on the field late here in this game, and we hope that young man is okay. He's back at about the 9-yard line. We've got under a minute to go in the ball game now, and Estacado has a 2-touchdown lead. Had it not been for the mistakes that we made tonight and also inability to punch the ball in from the red zone, we could have won this game going away, really. But the mistakes, allowing 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns, that was a big thing on special teams tonight, right?
It really was.
And then, the high snaps, it killed one drive, and it gave them a gift of a touchdown from the 1-yard line on the other. So, it's just been a mistake-filled night for the Panthers that really has awarded the game to Estacado.
Well, and I'm going to say right now, I think we block this punt, and we get a touchdown here, and we're going to be kicking an onside kick.
Okay.
We blocked a field goal, and I think we're going to go out. I think we're going to have everyone racing in. I think we're either going to block the punt or we're going to tackle the punter, and we're going to have a shot. We're going to throw it into the end zone and score, and then we'll be attempting an onside kick to try to tie it up.
Well, we've got a couple of trainers helping one of our players off. And
that's number 63, I believe, Cariel Rojero.
That's sad to see. I hope Cariel is okay.
He missed some games early in the year, but has come back. And,
It's 4th down and long for Estacado, and I'm sure they'll be punting here with 58 seconds left. There are no timeouts by either team left, and so the clock should start after the injured player is gone off the field.
Well, they'll start when they'll blow the whistle in a second. They'll have a 25, so they'll be able to run it down to about 23 seconds before they punt this.
Now they've reset the play clock to 40 seconds.
No, they're not supposed to do that.
Well, it's 25 seconds, isn't it?
Yeah, they're supposed to set it at 25.
Yeah, but they've got, for some reason, 40 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah, that's a mistake.
Yeah.
I think he's telling him that. You can't do that.
Right. All right, 31-17 is our score right now. Estacado on top of the Panthers. So we have Estacado. We've only scored 1 field goal in the 4th quarter since the first period, Darren. We had a couple of touchdown passes from Jerry Diaz to Cedric Lopez, one of 18 yards, one of 28 yards. And we were leading 14-0. And then it was a lot of unanswered points by Estacado, helped out by the mistakes by the Panther football team. But we're learning, and hey, this is a pretty good showing against a team that was favored over the Panthers in the by-district playoffs.
Well, it is. I think for the most part, we outplayed them. They've got some big, fast guys, and I think we played into their strength. Once we got inside the 10, it's just hard to run against guys that weigh 400 pounds. It really is, and I think
yeah, they're big.
I think we got to get outside and come up with a little better passing strategy against teams that big up the middle. But
they did a pretty good job most of the night also covering our receivers, Darren.
But, the bafflement, they score a touchdown where they throw a flag on usually is a block in the back or a hold, and then they pick it up, and that really hurt. They get another big penalty on a pass interference that I thought was very questionable that put them in field goal range. They make a field goal. We miss a couple of field goals. We get 3 points out of 2 trips inside the 5, and we're really close to beating Estacado.
Yeah. We've had 164 yards passing tonight. We're 9 out of 20.
And they've adjusted the clock. They did put it at 25, so I'm going to applaud them for a correct call. Good job, officials, changing that from 40 to 25.
And Estacado is letting this play clock run down as far as they can.
I think they're going to take a delay of game
penalty. They're going to take a delay of game.
And they won't run the clock again. That gives us a really good chance to block this, I think.
Delay of game against Estacado with 22 seconds left on the play clock. On the game clock.
Yeah, not only, and they won't restart the clock this time.
No.
You can't. But we could block it. They may take a safety out of the back of the end zone.
All right, here's the punt from in the end zone by Estacado. It's 4th down and very long from their own 6-yard line. And here's the punt, and it's a quick kick. And it's taken by Fort Stockton at the 29-yard line. And we're at the 20, and we're going to be brought down about the 16, maybe the 17-yard line on about a 13-yard return. and we've got 11 seconds left in the ball game.
So here we are in the red zone again.
Well, we need to pass it this time.
And we got 2 plays.
Yeah.
2 plays to score.
All right, so 31-17 Estacado, but we've got to have 2 touchdowns. And so we're trailing. We're down by 14. That's your BBT scoreboard with 11 seconds is all we have left in our 2025 by-district game. The Panthers have won 3 by-district games in total in our program history. 1, a forfeit against San Elizario during the COVID era, and they did not want to play during COVID. And then we won against Mountain View and Van Horn. Then we won a game against Perryton. All right, here's a lob pass into the end zone, and it is incomplete. Why, I tell you, Nicky Sotelo had it in his hands, but
a flag.
he was double covered. Yeah.
Flag against.
Oh, it's interference against Estacado.
Yep. So we're going to have one more shot. 6 seconds left.
So that will be a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down for the Panthers.
Yeah, they had him double covered, but they mugged him also. So, you know, this would be great. Get a touchdown, make it a 7-point game.
Yeah.
And I think that would be pretty indicative of probably where this game really should be.
All right, so they're going to move it down to the 2-yard line, the pass interference call. And now the Panthers have a 1st and goal with 6 seconds left in the game. We might be able to get off 2 plays if we throw it here. All right, here is the handoff, and that goes to Almendares. He will not make it. All right, the time will expire after a running play up the middle, and that does not allow us to score. And that will do it for tonight's playoff game, a by-district championship game that goes in the way of Estacado tonight. Kind of a mistake-filled game by the Panthers. I really would have liked to have seen us pass the ball with 6 seconds left, at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, especially since we had trouble running it in from the 4 all night long.
Yeah. I guess maybe they were trying to get another touchdown for Nick Almendares, but, we were not going to be able to tie the game, obviously, but another touchdown would have been nice.
It would have been nice. I think, we played them that close. But anyway, a great effort by the Panthers. This wasn't a mismatch. We could have beat them.
All right, well, that's going to wrap it up here from Andrews Mustang Bowl. Fort Stockton loses this game. Your BBT score, 31-17. Fort Stockton loses to Estacado tonight, and Panthers are eliminated from the playoffs, and this will become now the final game for 2025 for the Panthers, and Estacado will advance. All right, Darren, thanks for joining us here tonight in Andrews. Thanks for all of our viewers on YouTube and so forth. It's been a great season. The Panthers wound up 3rd in the district with a final record of 6-5, and then a 2-2 district record, wound up 3rd place.
Well, it is. I mean, we soundly beat Snyder. We beat Monahans by 16. We went up north to play a very good Estacado team that really handled us last year, and this is a game we could have easily won.
Yeah.
And so we've improved.
All right, that's going to wrap it up. Ken Ripley and Darren Hodges saying good night from the Mustang Bowl here in Andrews. You've been listening to Fort Stockton High School Panther football on KFST, AM and FM, KFSTradio.com, and on KFST's YouTube page. Panther football has been brought to you by Amistad Motors, Bienvenidos Mexican Food Restaurant, Bucks Lube Center, Pecos County State Bank, Cassia Ledesma State Farm Insurance, the Steakhouse Restaurant, the First National Bank, Sawyer Insurance, Hernandez Sanitation, Citibank, K-Bob Steakhouse, Alamo Tire and Auto Repair, Heritage Funeral Home, M&J Fast Lube, Julie's Easy Press, M&J Trucking, Weiss Tire, Joe's Place and Cantina, United Country Real Estate, and by Jones Leasing. Panther football has also been brought to you by Designer Carpets and Interiors, Permian Basin Abstract, the Guadalajara Mexican Grill, Cactus Health, Tacos OJ, Porky's Ice House, The Water Factory, Salceda Family Medicine and Urgent Care, CTG Express, Contessa Ready Mix, Fort Stockton Insurance Agency, Fort Stockton ISD, Ram Country of Fort Stockton, Triple G Oilfield Supply, West Texas Eye Care, Pepito's Cafe, West Texas Cinema, RA Radiance and Med Spa, Airlawn Furniture and Appliance, and by BBT. Thanks for tuning in for Panther Football.